Okay, I'm going live. I'm supposedly live right now.
Huh?
I'm supposedly live right now. I'm
I don't know if
supposedly
I have
live
anything to
right
say
now.
about it.
Yeah, I'm live right now. Uh-huh. Okay. Uh-huh.
I'm not subscribed to your channel. Oops.
Latte horrors!
Oops. Oops.
Latte
Oops.
horrors, how could you?
I'm sorry.
How dare you?
I didn't mean it.
How dare you not fucking
I'm
subscribe to the
sorry.
worst channel on the platform?
Oops.
Actually, now that I think about it, I should oh, people are already typing here, okay.
Yeah.
Hello!
I don't have a PNG tuber. Oops. Oopsie.
Geo made this one for me, it's silly.
I need to make one. I forgot.
I just remembered I have CG blocked on YouTube, so I don't even know if he's watching or not. That's fucking awesome. Goodbye, Garten Famine video.
Let's get this over with. I don't know.
Oh my god, why does Prey have the analytics on Prey are fucking massive compared to my other videos right now. See I would say something about me gaining one subscriber from that video, but I know that one subscriber is Cass.
Sarah?
Spooky Nova, Black Imposter.
Yeah. Yeah, Sarah.
What do you fucking mean, Sarah?
Her name is Sarah.
Are you that's the first time I'm hearing this.
Really? She's been
Yeah.
talking about Sarah for a while now.
Oh, okay. CG, if you're watching this, I have unbanned both your normal and your alt.
Meow.
Meow. So we can know whenever you're like just type
Oh.
whatever shit you
I'm
want to
like
type.
unsuspicious. I'm like unknown to the other people. I'm Latte, by the way.
Yeah, Latte over here made the dog with the
Hello.
accusations. I forgot your
I made the
pronouns.
original
I
dog
was
and
gonna
then
check your bio, and then I realized you still have streamer mode enabled, so I kept your bio. Yay, okay, let's go. I gave the dog a quick glance, like I gave it a quick read while I was taking a shower, and dude, there's one part that just made me fucking lose it. It's so fucking funny to me. It's so ridiculous.
hold on. I was like scanning through the doc. I have
Should I link the doc in the description so people could follow through?
yeah, why not? I
Okay.
don't see any problems with that.
Copy link. There we go. Now we're gonna come to edit and pages response. Cause I was still gonna like stream it, but yeah. Okay, you can reload. You can reload the stream now, so you can see the doc. Okay.
I
I
love
should.
how he misgendered you in the doc. Okay.
Did he really?
Your pronouns. Yeah, your
Where?
pronouns are she, her.
Yeah, where did he? Where?
It's in the section where he's talking about
Wait, what page is it
that
in?
he forgot that you didn't like sexual jokes
Are you fucking serious? Wait,
and a timestamp for a video, and it was like, here's him saying that he's asexual.
oh no. No, no, no. It's referring to the video, like to the person in the video. That's not referring to me.
Oh, that's not referring to you?
No, just I didn't announce that I was asexual in the video. Is it? Yeah, no,
Why
this is
would
not.
he use other ace people for an example as if they're all the same? That's crazy.
Yeah, that's yeah. Because asexualism is a spectrum, right?
Right, yeah, not everybody is.
Like, I don't want people to say I'm hiding this just to save my own skin. I'm not. So here's the thing. I make my own fair share of sex jokes, but I have a limit, right? And CG has crossed that limit multiple times.
Right, I also have a limit, so it's like,
Mm-hmm. Like, one of the main channels I watch are The Boys, and they make plenty dirty jokes and stuff. And I just tend to either ignore them, skip the part, like I just ignore them if they don't really make me feel uncomfortable, skip it if it makes me uncomfortable, or just stop watching the video altogether.
stock is confusing. What way?
I'm gonna text Floda. I started the
I'm still
live.
reading the doc.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over it like thoroughly in a bit. Should I text CG? I don't have him blocked.
I don't have a blog either. I don't know how to block people on YouTube. That's not my
No, 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 no. I don't have him blocked on
expertise.
Discord.
I don't think I do either.
I I unblocked him so it could be easier for me to like look through messages and stuff.
Probably look at the.
Did I close my DMs with him? That's the Will DM. That's Kate's DM and that's Zia's DM. Where is that's Ironic's DM? Where is my that's Jello's old account? Where is CG and Jello? That's Tommy. That's Chico. That's Danny. Where is that's Phenomenal? Where the fuck is where's CG? I don't know where my DM with CG is. The fuck? I closed my DM with CG. Are you serious? Okay, let's see in the block. I don't think I have him blocked. Yeah, no, I don't have CG blocked. I just don't have contact with him no more. So even if I wanted to, I couldn't DM him. I'm gonna create a post. I love
I'm
how
already pointing
my
out a couple things in this doc in my head. Okay.
I love how my avatar just signalizes that I'm not taking anything about this seriously. I like that he I think accidentally promoted Totally Wishes. That made me happy. Okay, let me know when you're done so we can like look through this.
Hmm?
Let me know when you're done, like, reading the things so we can go through this.
You already finished?
I read it hours ago. I gave it a quick read while I was
Bruh.
taking a shower.
Bruh. Bruh.
I already have a lot of things to say.
I do too. I have a couple things in my head.
Oh,
I
hey,
just got to the
BJ.
part where they said they'll keep their identity anonymous in the document and didn't, anyways.
It's fucking
What are you
hilarious
doing?
to
Talk.
me. Okay, so what happened is that, like, CJ is a groomer, and we exposed them. Latte and I exposed them over here. Like, and he just made a document a couple, like, well, he released a document a couple hours ago, with his response to the allegations. So we're gonna look through it. Actually, I
Yeah,
should
that's what
add you
this
to the
live stream
thingy.
is for.
I should add you to the title thingy. Link featuring latte horror.
Oh my god, this document's so long. I'm not reading all that.
Yeah, you are. My
I'm going to
allergies
assume that this
are
is what
acting up.
Wolfie
This
means.
is
Shit,
awesome.
I wrote the document.
I still find it fucking hilarious. Like, in Siege's last community post, he legit just said, I'm not gonna look at the document for now. But you can take Jealous's presentation as a temporary response. Like, motherfucker, I didn't even read the thing. Yeah.
Okay, I finished the document. I'm personally gonna start out with the, racism part. So he talks about oh, fuck, what am I trying to say? So Wolfie had basically wanted to have the uh characters totally and vicious to be
I wanted
Hispanic,
to
right?
make
Is vicious
totally
Hispanic
Hispanic.
too?
No, no, Vicious isn't Hispanic. Last I
Total.
checked,
Okay, so it's
Vicious is Asian.
totally is totally is what was it? What was he?
Argentinian.
Fuck, he was
Argentinian.
Argentinian, and then vicious was.
I think he's Asian. We didn't confirm nationality for him. Let me look it up real quick.
But either way, uh so he said my intentions with the changes shown are linked to the lore of Totally Vicious. In short, Totally and Vicious, at least to my understanding at the time, are once the same Sonic and Tails as in the games, but with a slight change in the story that caused an event to happen. Yada yada. My thought process was if Totally and Vicious are supposed to be Sonic and Tails, then why change this kind of established canon? Um, okay, my personal opinion, it doesn't matter, and to put it in words that some people can understand, it's not that deep. Um, it doesn't. Not everything has to be factually linked to the lore of the canon games. Um, these characters can be written as a different race to give comfort to the creator to have representation,
Hmm.
and it wouldn't really change much of the story anyway.
Yeah.
It just boom, he's Argentinian, and there's not really anything horrible about it. It wasn't even necessary to talk about changing it. It's just there. He's just Argentinian, and that's
Like
pretty much it.
the only thing that it would kind of change in regards to what happened to Totally Ambitious is that Totally just speaks Spanish. I just gave him a
That's pretty
reason.
much it.
Like,
Um, and he talks about my problem with changing Sonic to be Argentinian was that Sonic already has a birthplace in the Sonic canon, which, according to the Sonic Hedgehog Super Interactive, blah 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 blah, born on Christmas Island. Um, again,
I don't
it's
remember
not,
Tails being a cannibal be a part of the Sonic canon.
and again, it's not that deep. It's not
It doesn't actually affect the
a horrible
story.
thing to make a character Argentinian. He's just
Hmm.
Argentinian and speaks Spanish. That's it. That's all.
He's just Argentinian to represent our old artist who unfortunately doesn't work with us anymore.
Um, as for the change in sexuality, this was more so a change I just felt was pointless. Again, if it was pointless, it wouldn't be such a big deal, right? It wouldn't. Again, he's just, what was it, bi?
Who?
It was, who was it? Was it Mighty?
Mighty, yeah.
Somebody, you were talking,
Mighty is
Mighty? Okay,
gay.
yeah, it was
Mighty is
Mighty.
gay.
Yeah, Mighty just happened to be bisexual. Again,
Here.
nothing really
No, no, no.
would
Mighty
have
is
changed in the
actively.
storyline.
No, no, no. Mighty is actively gay. CG wanted to make Mighty straight, and then he said we should split the difference and make Mighty bi. I suggested the idea, let's say, make him bi with a preference in men, because not everything in bisexuality is equal. And then he said that wouldn't make sense in splitting the difference, so we just kept him as bi until we kicked CG out of the team. And now he's
Again, it's
gay.
just really not. He talks about, I should also note that while the document is correct in stating that I am white, I also have Hispanic ancestry. Specifically, I am one-fourth Mexican,
I
and my
love this
family and I
part
call ourselves
so much.
Mexican. So, again, that's not really an excuse to be genuinely upset about a character's nationality when
plus,
it's not even that much of an issue.
plus, you being one-fourth Mexican, I don't know if it's to anyone else, but at least to me, it's ridiculous to say you're Hispanic when you're one-fourth Mexican.
Like, just, I don't know, let it go at that point. What is... Hold on, let me look up, because I'm not good at math.
Like, when it comes to nationalities, I can kind of understand the concept because I'm both Peruvian and American. And I'm both of these because I was born in America, California. My entire family is from Peru, and I've been raised in Peru.
And one-fourth is 25%. I am over 50%. I'm over 50% Mexican. It's not. It's 25%, dude.
No, dude, you need to keep reading. You need to keep reading. It gets worse.
Jackson, you are Mexican, so I can't be racist in regards to the Spanish language. What?
You can.
What does that mean? What? Why can't be racist? You can.
You
You
can.
can. Yeah.
You can. No, he contradicts himself. He actually says it's wrong, like, a couple lines after that.
I was like, this does not give me a racism pass. Well,
I love the
yeah,
last line
no,
of
it
that
doesn't.
paragraph. I love the last line of the next paragraph. The rest of my heritage is Irish, Russian, German, and Welsh, which is why I'm white. I'm primarily Irish.
Then why would you... Hold on. If you said you're primarily white, and then you're like, my family and I call ourselves Mexican. Huh? Why, I'm primarily white, and my family and I call ourselves Mexican.
It's fucking ridiculous, dude. So
That's not
fucking funny.
even possible. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense at all. Just say you were racist towards a character, and tried to make a choice, which literally wouldn't have changed anything either way.
Dude, I really need to find my DMs with CG because I need to find them. Because there was this one day, I remember I was a junior, and I had the idea of, hey, we should make Totally Speak Spanish because it's fucking funny. And right, this
And
was,
again, there wouldn't even be an issue. You just speak Spanish.
yeah, no, like, CG didn't like he expressed a bit of like he was a bit upset when I presented the idea to him, but after a bit of talking, I managed to convince him. And I had to keep myself from saying why I really wanted him to be to speak Spanish because this happened. Okay, so Suelo was our main artist. He became the main artist the second he offered to make the references for Totally and Vicious. And then he decided to leave the team, and the most of art we had from him were the reference sheets, the evolution of how Vicious got to the point where he is now, and the fucking reference sheet for the poses. A couple months later, Solo came back, said, "Hey, I want to be your main artist again," and I accepted, and he became the main artist for a couple months. Until, let me check the vent channel over here.
It was like a couple of like a few weeks ago.
Months, I think. Let me find in here.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah, he left. Okay, so he left. He stopped being our artist in March 11th.
so about
And
a good couple weeks ago, yeah.
yeah, and a couple weeks after that, I spoke with another one of my friends who is Epoch and did the thumbnail for Prey and my new profile picture on YouTube. Um, he became our new main artist, still being Latino himself, but instead of being Argentinian, he's Mexican. Um, so when CG and I spoke about totally speaking Spanish, this happened in the time frame where Swello had first stopped being the main artist.
So is Totally still Argentinian, or is he
He's
Mexican now?
still Argentinian, but back then we
Okay.
didn't he didn't have an established race. Back then, if he would have had an established race, he would have been Peruvian like me. Because I don't know, it's like an easier way for me to connect with my characters, I guess. And like,
Either way, it's just Hispanic, right? It wouldn't matter
yeah,
if you made him
yeah, he would still have been Hispanic. That wouldn't change. And then Swallow
still would
came
have been
back,
Hispanic no
and
matter what.
yeah, and then Swallow came back, and we kicked CG out of the team a couple months after, and May and I made him Argentinian.
And again, it's it's not even that big of a change. It's just
Yeah,
character representation. Yay!
yeah, it's fun. I need to find.
But where else am I going? It is Oh, okay. Where was I? Where was I? It was What was it? What was it? Where did it go?
I need to
It
find
was
that
talking
one
about
post. I made a post with all the sexualities of the Totally Vicious crew. There we go. I found the post.
where'd it go? Where'd it go? I can't find it. Oh man.
Okay,
It was like him
official.
talking about where at the end of the document I put I don't condone the harassment of
Oh, okay.
CG. Yeah, okay. So it was where I talked about I don't condone the harassment, and that the point of the doc was expose and make the issue public to make the people aware.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume this was not from Wolfie, as Wolfie seemed to want to harass me. Wasn't that an argument that you two had?
He means comments I left on his channel of me basically correcting people who were confused on the situation.
But it was the one comment that was, "Do you hear yourself, man? You're saying you fucked up right now, while also saying you didn't do anything wrong."
Yeah, that was in a community post of his. Cause like CG made a community post responding to one of Saps's community posts, and his response to it was, "I did nothing wrong."
Yeah, that.
Well, in the post before that, he apologized, saying he did do something wrong. That's why I started yelling at him because what he said made no fucking sense.
And it's not even necessarily harassment,
Harassment,
right?
yeah.
It's more calling somebody out
Mm-hmm.
on how do I put it? I'm trying to be fancy, but I'm failing. Just
Don't
saying
be
something wrong or
fancy.
backpedaling. Backpedaling, that's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, so I found the sexualities for the Totally Vicious Crew here. So Totally is transmask in Arrow Ace. There is a reason for him being Arrow Ace, and that's just basically that he is a robot. I'm thinking he could have been bisexual back when he was alive, but he's Arrow Ace now for the simple fact that he feels no romantic or he can't feel romantic or sexual attraction with anyone. He basically broke up with Amy after his death. And transmask is, well, for what Mamie told me, that's basically like actually canon and presented me with evidence on why it's canon and stuff. Vicious is panromantic, asexual, and a demi-boy. Asexual mostly because he is a minor, he is 15. Knuckles is demi-romantic and gay. Mighty is gay. Ray is transmust, he doesn't, and undefined. Shadow is non-binary and Aries. Amy is bisexual, and Rouge is a lesbian. I'll get you the
Again,
link
a lot
to
of
the.
this doesn't change a lot of the story besides Totally's Arrow Ace story.
Yeah.
But that's like pretty much it. He just
Mm-hmm.
kind of became a robot and he didn't really feel any.
A little fun fact: Vicious did gender reaffirming surgery on Sonic.
Yeah, so a lot of this stuff, it's not even.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, even if it did change the story, why would you want to change it so bad?
Like no, like it confuses me because CJ says I don't see a point in changing the story. We made Tails a fucking cannibal. If we went in that direction, it doesn't
We
like
cut Sonic in half.
yeah.
What
No, like
would be the point of
we
that?
made Tails a cannibal, eat Sonic, eat cream, and in the high school you eat coffee too. Um, but like, wait, no, he didn't eat coffee. He just killed him and forgot to find the body. So
Okay.
like, so we're changing the story to the point where Tails became a villain where fucking Robotnik is taking Mobians into shelter while secretly also achieving his goal of control. Where Shadow goes fucking missing to try to discover on his own what happened to Sonic and Tails. And you're telling me you don't want to change the canon of the original Sonic and Tails?
Because if we're using the argument we don't want to change the canon story, then
We already
why didn't we
did.
just keep Sonic and Tails the same and call it Totally Vicious?
Hmm. It makes no fucking sense.
So that's kind of why the argument of didn't want to change the canon line of the story is sort of invalid because
Yeah.
that would also apply to oh, I don't know, Vicious being a cannibal and Sonic being half of a robot.
Yeah.
So with that argument, then it would be totally fine for Totally to be Argentinian and Vicious to be what was he?
He's
Was it
Asian.
Japanese?
Yeah, he's Japanese, but that's like basically canon in Sonic lore, I think.
I think that's cool. But so okay. There was also in the grooming and pedophilia section
Mm.
that he talks about. was part of the doc, and it was like, and I quote, if he feared getting in trouble, he shouldn't date a 16-year-old to begin with. Person one also talked about how he would occasionally hint to sexual stuff, but that was it. Um, he said, my fear of other people finding out wasn't because I thought we were doing something wrong. It was because I was, It's because I was scared people wouldn't listen to our explanation and assume the worst.
The
A
explanation
fear
is
I
still
feel was
invalid.
justified
You
given people's
groomed a
reactions and
fucking
the doctor's
child.
warning. So, if you felt like people wouldn't listen, excuse me, if you felt
Okay.
like people wouldn't listen to your explanation, then do you think it would be right to begin with? If, and think about it, if you felt like somebody wasn't going to listen to you, do you think it'd be a good idea?
Sure.
Let alone in this situation where you're 21-year-old, you can drink alcohol.
I can
Dating a
tell.
16-year-old who was taking a driver's test and is still in high school.
Yeah. They're in college.
So even if it's not technically wrong, or if it's technically it's this, to society, you will be considered a pedophile. And in my eyes, you will be considered a pedophile.
Though technically speaking, the more appropriate term would be a pedophile, but we're not going that way.
Right, because there's just no real justifying it. There's not any justifying you can do.
Like,
It's
if you
borderline
ask,
pedophilia. We did.
if you ask me, CG isn't a pedophile, but he is a groomer, and that's still not good. And I've already taken down 2 groomers in 2 different communities, so like CJ being a pedophile or not doesn't take away that he's a groomer and a horrible person. And Latte is
Okay, my
muted.
bad. Okay. Yeah, my sisters came into my room.
Ah, okay,
So,
okay.
they're arguing. Okay, so, what was I saying? What was I saying? We even made Wolfie
Yeah.
made a, post on Twitter and was like, hey, um, do you guys think a 21-year-old dating a 16-year-old is pedophilia? And the quote retweets with, like, 40K views on that tweet. I have to find it again, though.
I need to find it too. I mean, like,
Yeah, I couldn't find it.
because that's been months.
Yeah, I could just go to my
I'm just scrolling through my notifications.
tweet because I quote retweeted it. And
Yeah.
then, yeah, okay. So, genuine question here. Is it wrong for a 21-year-old to date a 16-year-old even though the 16-year-old has confessed? 110 quote retweets with 50K views.
Here's the
And
most
all of
amazing
them
thing. No, here's the most
said,
amazing thing about the quote retweets. Most of them said how wrong it is, and it got to the point where everyone started to think I was a 21-year-old, and friends
right.
like you,
Yeah, they thought it was
Dylan,
Wolfie. Like,
Logan
no.
had to come defend me, saying like, chill out, she is not the fucking 21-year-old, she's just trying to prove a point.
But there isn't one quote retweet that I can find, um, that says yes. Or that says, like, yeah, it's okay. There
Like,
isn't one quote retweet here.
I
So,
think there is
sure,
one
you
quote
may not be
retweet that
going to
hints at
jail.
it. Like, not entirely.
You may not be going to jail. Sure, do you want a cookie? But you won't be accepted by society by any means.
Mm.
You
Hey,
won't
can you
be
send me the link?
accepted on YouTube. You won't be accepted on I don't give a fuck, Twitter, Facebook, whatever you use, whatever makes you happy. You won't be accepted there because um even if it's not illegal, you still will not be accepted and you will be shamed by society no matter how many articles you pull up saying this is technically okay. No, there's no justifying it in everybody else's eyes. Everybody who has common sense, that is.
The only ones who will actually support you are Jello fans.
Right, and again, if you're also a supporter of these type of people, you won't be accepted either. You won't be accepted
Also,
either. You've seen that happen many times before. Oh,
yep.
why was this person canceled? They were this person's supporter. Oh, okay. It happens. It's there.
That's like the main. That was the first reason why Kenji got like canceled because he
Right,
supported
because
Jester Frog.
supported Justify. That was also, who was it? Was it Avery?
Avery, yeah, but Avery got better and got accepted back in EXE.
Yeah, Avery got better. Kenji got worse. Bless you. Was that a laugh or a sneeze?
No, it was a lot.
Oh, I thought that was a laugh. Or a sneeze, my bad.
Motherfucker says bless you.
My bad, I thought it was a sneeze.
Kenji got the worst along with Rai. I'm really glad that like Avery broke up with Rai after the allegations. Where the fuck is the tweet? I can't find it.
And again, he also says this
Nope,
in
I
the
give up.
doc, quote, to my knowledge, there is no limit on specifically dating in any state in America.
I literally gave you
What?
people the law in New York where you live, CG, that it is illegal to have an age gap of 4 years. Yours is a 5.
If there was no technical, uh, no limit on specifically dating in any state in America, um, pedophiles and predators would not be in jail. That just doesn't make sense. Yeah, there is limits. There is a lot of limits.
And you're
Um,
21, you should know
there is
this.
one I have said yes to Zia. Could also, specifically. Okay, I really hate how everybody just kind of looks onto the facts or like articles, facts on whether they think it's right or wrong. Use your common sense. Use your brain. You stare at a confession and go, I can legally drink alcohol. Should I date a junior in high school? No! No, you shouldn't. Why? The common sense fairy tells you not to.
The
Fuck
common sense
the
fairy
whatever the fuck
called Latte Horse
courtofamerica.com.
tells you not to.
It's so if I don't understand this dude's way of thinking. If you had to look up, like, is this wrong for me to date a 16-year-old? Or if you were even like double thinking it, maybe don't. If you have to double think it, don't.
Um, there's a part of the end of his response where he asks questions like, am I a pedophile? I don't remember the answer to that. And then he asked
Yeah, hold on. It
himself,
was
am I a groomer? And his answer was fucking not intentionally. Like, just admit that you are a fucking groomer. Dang it. You already admitted to it in private. Why can't you admit
this
it?
document. This document is messy. I can't find it now.
Let me find the thing.
Because I saw where he was asking himself questions. I can't
That's at the
find
end.
it.
At the end.
It's at the end.
Mm-hmm. Like right before the links, I think. No, it's not right before the links. Where is it?
You lied to me.
I'm sorry.
How could you do that to me?
Eh. Don't don't out me to Mamie Mayo, please. I want to listen her videos.
Huh? Was somebody
Don't.
saying that in chat?
Hmm? No, I did.
Oh,
Okay, I found it. It's in page 13.
page 13. What section is that in?
Uh, right before homophobia, racism, and transphobia. Like, click that one and scroll up a bit. You'll find it
Oh,
there.
okay, see it. So for the big question, is my pedophile? Never intentionally. What?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Like,
Never
motherfucker,
intentionally. So
just
that is
say.
essentially.
Like, look, I'm gonna send you a screenshot that Felody took, okay? Where he literally admits to being a groomer.
Right, and he technically did here. Never intentionally. Those are keywords.
Yeah,
Oh, let me read this.
yeah, but I want him to say it. He's dodging the question. At least in my opinion, he's dodging the question. Look at fourth.
Yeah, okay, he
Look at the
admits it
fourth
here.
point.
Quote, any grooming that happened was a result of my poor decisions and were not my intentions. I was a groomer and I want to fix that about myself. End quote.
Say that in the fucking talk! Don't be a coward like Will!
Third, didn't Latte call me a pedophile on Twitter? Yes. Yes, I did. Because you are.
In Latte's
He
eyes.
acts like I was trying to, like, search for certain words to call him. No, I knew right away that I will refer to you as a pedophile.
E-feeble-file. Hey, let me correct you.
No, no. In my
No.
eyes, it will always be pedophilia.
I know.
There's no changing that. No, he literally admitted to it right there. So,
Why don't you put that in the fucking the?
and he kind of. Well, I didn't have the screenshot before, did I?
No! Why wouldn't CJ type the same thing in the doc? Why did he have to say never intentionally? Just say that you were a groomer.
Cause yeah, right. Because
It doesn't matter if it was
he's probably doing
intentional
this
or
to
not.
protect his
He
costume.
groomed a child and he needs to admit it. I'm gonna go back to my DMs with Lottie.
We're still friends who care about each other, and we like to hang out. Okay. So when you admit to grooming somebody, and you're still friends with that victim,
You don't
in my
regret it.
eyes, I
You
see
don't
that
regret
as
it.
wrong because that is not giving the victim chance to heal. That's not giving the victim any chance to heal from what you did and what you admitted to doing.
Mm-hmm.
You should probably ping your server, by the way, since they were kind of caught up on this.
I did. I tagged the upload ping because I don't like tagging
Oh,
everyone unless it's something like Mamie related, I guess, because she kind of just gave me the comfortability to do that.
oops.
Oopsie.
But this doc is very, very messy.
Mm. Like,
Also a lot of spelling errors. Uh,
okay, so CT says here, and I quote, I would say things like, I'm here, you're safe, or I'm here for you. These statements were never meant to make them think that I'm the only safe option for them to be with. Yeah, even then. Even then, those are phrases very commonly used with groomers.
I don't even think he really needed to include that Zia had been dealing with like suicidal thoughts.
I've been dealing with suicidal thoughts.
I don't really even think there was any
Like,
reason to mention
if
that.
anything, like you don't have to go that deep. If anything, just say they've been going through a lot. I just wanted to be there for them. Like that's the. If you wanted to mention something related to it, you could have just said that.
You know, personal shit, stuff like that.
Hmm.
And back to the whole like wanting to make him gay thing. He was supposed to be gay,
Eh.
but ZG pushed to make him bi.
Because
And
he
Wolfie
wanted a
said,
middle ground.
okay, bi with a preference and men. And then said
Mm-hmm.
that defeats the point of splitting the difference. Then what would be the point?
Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. I've been watching a lot of Steven Universe on TikTok. I really need to stop.
Um, technically, an EXE is pretty much
I know, see.
no C if you think about it. I
Wait,
mean,
like, oh, wait, give me a sec. At the start of this talk, he said, for sake of brevity or however the fuck you say that word, I will be referring to the document written by Latte with the accusations against me as the document or the doc. I will be referring to WolfyGaymin as simply Wolfy, and I will be referring to Totally Vicious, a pair of Sonic horror OCs and their world, who were created by Wolfy that are previously co-ran as TV. So you call them OCs in the first paragraph.
and then proceeded to complain that it was making them OCs.
Hmm.
Oh, sorry. Um,
Like, I get,
and again, if you think
especially
about it,
in the making of EXEs or any character, really. I know it's supposed to be a separate character, it's not supposed to be you. Because, like, there's limits, right? Take Curse, for example. Curse at this point was basically just a self insert of Kenji, right? But,
right? And
like,
again, if you kind of think about it, there are a lot of people. I'm gonna use can Faker for example. Somebody will have owner of Faker in their bio. Well, would that make them like they own Sonic or something? No. Faker is technically an OC.
mm-hmm.
Same thing goes for God, those FNAF Five Nights at Freddy's YouTubers who make recolors of the characters and call it a day.
Mm.
But he contradicts himself again like he did with the whole my family's Mexican statement, calling it an OC in the first paragraph and then later on complains that it was making it an OC.
Yeah.
This proves that this doc was not proofread before he released it.
Well, no, like, even.
Mm.
So, like, even Floda read the stock before it was published, and it had even greater errors. Something I told him about in comments, because like the whole Jello part was repeated twice. Just copy
Say that
pasted
again. I was
twice.
zoning out. My bad.
You're good. So like, for what I know, Floaty helped make this stock. Like, but even before the version you're reading now, there was an even bigger mistake because like the whole Jello discussion part was repeated twice. Like, it just copy pasted itself right below, and I told CG about this in his
Why?
comments. I have no fucking
Wait,
clue.
Floaty helped make this doc?
I think so, yeah. She told me something
You
like that.
mean Floaty made like an amazing doc based on ZG, and it came out. This one came out like this.
Like, let me get you the screenshot.
I mean, this is so horribly organized.
This isn't
I'm
Floaty's
not even trying to
writing.
be that mean. It's just, it's really,
Look,
really badly organized.
look here. Hey Wolfie, how have you been? Just to update you about CG, he's currently working on the doc, and I'm currently helping him organize his ideas. So,
Yeah, no, there's for Floaty to be kind of helping
like,
him make stock. It's
weird.
really badly organized.
Yeah. What should we get Big Man in here?
Oh,
Cause he's,
Big Man would annihilate this conversation. I think he's sleeping right now though.
cause like he's been very interested in this whole thing.
No, he would annihilate the dude. Oh my god.
Oh, I know. I actually got surprised when Big Man said he liked my videos. Like, he didn't even say I like your videos even though it's gotcha. No, like, he genuinely likes my content, and I didn't know what to say. I'm not good at taking compliments. Dude, no, Big Man is so fucking nice. He's so kind. Okay. What part of you are you on right now?
I finished reading the doc. I'm just trying to point out things again that
Okay.
I felt were
Okay.
iffy.
So, let
Yeah,
me
again,
open the doc here so we can go through
again
this.
talking about um have or quote I have fuck quote I know and have seen plenty of ace people who make sex jokes a lot. For example, end quote, and then he gave like a bunch of links. Um, there really was no point in that because asexualism is like a spectrum.
Right.
So
Like, for example, Mamie is a part of the spectrum that doesn't tolerate those types of jokes, like, in the
because
slightest.
stuff stuff for her.
Mm. And then I tolerate just a tiny level of them.
I tolerate him like a little bit. But when it comes to like making those around like people who like are asexual, don't like him at all. Like I get strict on that. I get very strict on that.
Mm.
Boundaries are very
Alright,
important to me.
Floaty
But
Floaty is
anyway,
watching the stream. Hi, Floaty.
oh hi Floaty.
Okay, well, it did help. The OG document was indeed less organized in the final version. The current version has its thoughts after my many comments and discussions over the past week. Okay. Like, yeah, so Floaty just helped, like, organize it into main parts from what I'm getting, but CG did most of the work.
That explains it then.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so hi, Floaty. Yeah, let's see. I should probably share my screen.
On here?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
there we go.
Oopsie.
Okay, so let's see. Let's. We're gonna completely ignore the outline thingy, and we're going to be reading this entire document, giving our opinions as we read it. That's so good?
Yeah, that's good to me.
Okay. Hey, you're gonna help me with a bunch of words because I don't know the meaning of some. Like this, for example. What the fuck does this mean?
Yeah, what is preamble? That's a big word. I don't know what that is. Hold on, let me look it up.
I'm looking it up right now. Preamble. Let's see. Primitive. Definition.
I did not look for the U.S. Constitution.
A preliminarily or
Oh, it just
preparatory
means
state.
introduction.
Okay. Just use introduction, damn it! I don't know big words, you know this. English is not my strong suit. Hey, hey, Nuki.
Worked just fine.
Okay, let's see.
Ooh.
Nuki. Let me type it in the, oh, I don't wanna say who this person is in public. Hi, Nuki. There you go. That's Nuki. That's Nuki.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Awesome. Okay. For the sake of making this brief, I don't know how to say it. I'll be referring to the document. Okay, yeah, we read this already. The response document is ordered by the order of allegation, by the order of the allegations appear in the original document. There's a document outline, yeah. You can use to jump any chapter of this response document. At the bottom, there will be links to the original document I'm responding to, Wolfie's video where she posts the document, and Jello's slideshow that was used as an early defense. These details as to why it was made are explained at the bottom of the response document. And another relevant document, which when I first read this, I assumed was floaty stock, but turns out it was
I
the
did,
totally
yeah.
vicious. Yeah, turns out it's the totally vicious doc.
Which, again, wouldn't be helpful, but, you know.
Kinda not. So let's see.
Because an
Grooming
argument of,
and
changing. But
I completely forgot I should put trigger warnings on the pins com.
how dare you?
I didn't do that. I'm sorry. I promised a friend I would do this more. I forgot. Yeah. Grooming. Harassment. Is harassment the trigger? I'm gonna put harassment with a question mark. I don't know if harassment is a trigger. We're gonna pin it. There you go. Perfect. So, grooming and pedophilia. Rightly just that shut down in discussions of anything sexual. For reference on the top picture, like before, first when Zia sent me a moi, and afterwards said it was meant to be a passionate kiss on the lips. Can I kiss you again like before? Sorry, but no. So CG forgot to add a little thing here. I got screenshots. I'm way too lazy to look them up. I got screenshots from my DMs with Jello, because Jello sent me a screenshot of her DMs with CG, where CG would do the moi thing repeatedly on Zia. I'm too lazy to look them up. That is doesn't help me prove my point at all because I'm too lazy to show the proof, but it exists. Actually, I think I do have to pull it up. Let me pull it up real quick. Is Latte muted?
Yeah.
Nope, you're not muted. Okay. Let me pull it up real
No.
quick.
I just suck at talking. So.
I suck at reading English. I fucking can't.
I mean, I was super good at speech class, so.
Jello unblocked me, actually.
Whoa.
Like, when you block someone, to the person you blocked, a little, like, danger danger icon will appear. And I've had
Really?
that, yeah. And I've had that with Jello for a while, until a couple days ago where I noticed she unblocked me.
I did not know that existed.
It did, because it appeared on Will's new account. Mm-hmm. I find it so fucking weird. Like Jello would go for the first Google search to prove a point.
Right, like no, do more research if you're gonna put it in a document.
Mm-hmm. Discord is lagging. That's awesome. Where is it?
If you guys hear loud cars, ignore that. I don't know why people drive by here so much.
Okay, so I found the first encounter of the Moi. Here it is. Okay, so I don't have a screenshot of CG doing it, but I have a screenshot of Zia saying it.
Oh, I should probably read that. Hold on.
I think I already did because
Yeah,
this
the
was
one in
in
the
the
group
group
chat,
chat. Yeah, this is in the group chat. Yeah.
which was quote, he would give me kisses, oh yeah. He would give me kisses, he would go mwah, mwah, or mwah, based on what type. Basically,
Mm-hmm. Last one was a
cringy.
kiss on the lips. I'm not even sure that's legal.
Which would be, yeah, weird.
Weird.
No, it's not inherently sexual to some people, but it's still.
Oh, okay, so the freaking avatar thing consumes a lot. Yeah, that explains a lot. I don't want to get rid of the silly. I'm sorry. It's really goofy and it lightens the mood.
What's silly?
The PNG thing. Turns out it takes a lot of RAM. I
Oh,
didn't know that.
just feels too silly.
Like it's silly, but it helps lighting up the mood. At least in my opinions. I just keep it there. That was a good stretch. Okay. Bouncing head at the bat is a reference to the no warning meme. I do that a lot in my serve. Breaks the bed with a fire axe. I'm gonna need more time. And I'm gonna bleach my brain therapy. There ask you could use my bed. I don't. What does that have to do with? Okay. And for legal reasons, I'm gonna say platonically. So you even knew, and this is with the new account. So you even knew this wasn't legal.
So this was, wait,
Look, and for legal reasons, I must say platonically.
so I'm confused if. So Zia had known it was wrong too.
Hmm.
And again, iffy on that one, because then again, grooming was involved, so.
I don't know, it weirds me out. But Zia themselves, with the new accounts, and for legal reasons, I'll say platonically.
Is the hyperfixation account Zia's new account?
Yeah, that's the new account.
Bruh.
Like, okay, so that's weird enough, but the fact that CJ still didn't take that, like, platonically and made the no horny meme.
That feels weird. Maybe I'm going insane, but
What makes it worse? Yeah, I'll stop the little thingy. Cause like, I know that it's used as a joke, Nuki, but still, it's weird, especially since this is the new account, and this is, and because it's the new account, this is after everything happened.
Yeah, it's a tone tag for lighthearted.
Hmm.
Torn torn tags. Whoa, tone tags are used to help like indicate tone through text.
Yeah. The fact
So
that
lighthearted just kind of means lighter.
CG doesn't even use the lighthearted one as lighthearted. He uses lighthearted as half joke.
I mean, I can see it going both ways. HJ or lighthearted, I guess. I'd
Yeah,
rather sleep in a pile of wood chips.
in this one, yeah, but he would literally ask me not to use LH when I felt the need to use it for the reason of you should take this lightheartedly. Like, this is serious, but please don't be offended by it. He would take that as a half joke, so I wouldn't be allowed to use it. And I would basically be
I don't
forced to
see
use
the
the nomad one instead of lighthearted.
There's no point in changing tone indicators. Might as well just read on, I guess.
Mm. I had no interest in doing anything sexual with Zia. Simply words might not be enough if you have, like, will not be enough if you have shown an example of a situation that coma doesn't go there. If you have shown an example of a situation that was going to turn sexual, but you refused, and I didn't want something to pull us apart. That entire sentence confused me.
I had a stroke.
Same.
I was in a relationship to make them happy, and I had developed a minor romantic crush on them throughout our interactions. My therapist said that it was okay to have. Huh?
We should put your therapist in jail.
Since it's based on our interactions and not Zia's physical appearance.
Like,
Not to R-word them or anything like that. Hold on.
when it
Jesus.
comes to falling in love with someone, at least with me, I don't fall for their physical appearance. And this can be example with many previous crushes I had before my actual partner. Like, I wouldn't say most of them looked like particularly good looking. I mostly fell for their personality thing, but still, this is a 16-year-old.
Right, I just look okay. I don't care if your therapist said it. I don't care if Donald Trump said it. I view a 21-year-old and a 16-year-old dating as pedophilia.
If you're getting in trouble, he shouldn't date a 16-year-old to begin with. Person one also Zia also talked about how he would occasionally hint to sexual stuff, but that was it. Now, mind you, Zia didn't provide any proof to this. This is something they just claimed.
Zia just kind of threw it out there.
Yeah. So, like, if we're using this against you with no evidence, it's because Zia didn't provide any evidence to us. And if anything, you should question Zia about why they would say this if it's not true.
Because Zia, and we have a screenshot of that too, right? From the group chat.
Mm-hmm. My fear of other people finding out wasn't because I thought we were doing something wrong. It was because I was scared people wouldn't listen to our explanation and assume the worst. A fear I feel justified given people's reactions to the document I'm responding to. Yeah, because it is wrong.
So he talks about okay, where are we? My fear of other people finding out, blah blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah
Yeah, yeah,
blah. Like I said before, hold on, what did Floaty say?
yeah. Wait, Floaty's typing? I have to check on my
Yeah.
phone because
Floaty
my
said
computer is lagging. Okay.
said before I go to sleep, the aspects I hope ZG were the organization, the paragraphs, Said less from the heavier allegations, but he wanted to respond to the allegations by order of my doc. For more formulations, like the family origins, I said Mexican roots origin from one side of the family is more appropriate than saying it 1/4 of a Mexican. Adding proof when needed, the rest will fully meet the thoughts, blah 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 blah.
Okay, let me write
Yeah,
this
we'll
myself
get to the
because I
Mexican thing
can't
eventually,
I can't
'cause
read when someone else is talking too fast because I can't follow through. Let me see.
I talk way too fast. I don't know how to stop that.
You're good. Before I go to sleep, the aspects I help CG were the organization of the paragraphs I suggested from less to heavier allegations, but he wanted to respond to the allegations of the order of Latte's doc. I almost called you Alex. Fuck my. Some formulations, like the family origins, I said Mexican roots or origins from one side of the family is more appropriate than saying, yeah, he still said 1/4 Mexican. And either way,
Yeah.
that doesn't change our point. And adding proof when needed. The rest is fully made with his thoughts, and I did not wish to alter anything in his response in order for it to remain his thoughts. Okay, night. Good night. Rest well.
Not funny, by the way.
Good night, Floaty. Okay, see. Let me send this to Jello. Yep. Wolfie has also spoken with one of her mutuals, which is a mutual that's like DMing me. They're responding to the stream via DMs. As we're keeping them anonymous. Who just so happens to live in the same state CG does. Yeah. They have confirmed that it is in fact illegal to have date a minor, to have a minimum of a 4-year age gap when it comes to dating minors. CG's and CS's age gap is of 5 years, of 1 year more. This means it is in fact illegal for them to be in a relationship. Now, I think it's necessary to add that this law was made to protect relationships between high schoolers, because there will be an age gap that big in high school when it comes to minors. But this is between an adult and the minor, so it is illegal by that viewpoint. So if this age gap were to exist between two minors, then yeah, I think it will be fine. I think. I'm not entirely sure. If the Nuki is typing, then the Nuki isn't typing. Okay. But yeah. To my knowledge, there is no limit on specifically dating in any state of America. There is. We sent the thingy to both Kuna and
Yeah.
Sab. You
What
shall
was
explain.
that supposed to mean? What was he trying to convey there? What is the whole there is no limit? Yes, there is.
There absolutely is.
There are a lot of limits, actually. So I don't know what he
Okay.
was trying to prove there.
Okay, wait. I'm asking. Okay. I'm gonna make a group chat with you and the Nuki. So they can. Latte and Tanuki. Okay, join the VC here. Hello.
Hang on, I gotta reboot your stream. I'm a bit behind.
Okay, so
Oh,
I need to
God.
share my screen again. I need to share my screen again. There we go. Okay.
Oh, jeez. Yep. Hang on. Everything's bugging out on my end.
You're good. Probably had gotten way too many things open or something.
It's alright.
Also, your mic is really low. I can barely hear you.
Sorry, that's because I'm whispering a bit.
Why are you whispering?
I don't know.
No, whisper. No, whisper bad.
Okay, anyhow.
You sound
can
like
you hear me
Josh
better now?
I can hear you better now, yes.
Alrighty.
Okay, so we're in this part. We have spoken with one of my mutuals, the talented Tanuki over here. Just so happens to live in the same state that CJ does, New York, yay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry for exposing it,
Okay.
but the second we said this, we kind of already exposed where you live.
It's alright, nobody knows who I am. Oh,
No one
here.
knows. Did Latte leave?
Latte left disconnected, I do not know.
Okay, yeah, Latte left. They're typing. Give me a sec. That's my turn. I have to go
Oh,
to the
okay.
store.
Well,
Hurry,
you know what?
Cora.
I'm fine sitting here explaining things from a legal and psychological standpoint.
Nice.
I do want to preface it though for the people watching that I am in no means a registered therapist. I am in no means, you know, a professional psychologist. This is just research I have done on my own time from my own experiences in the past with this type of stuff. With that out of the way,
E.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
what?
yeah. What?
Explain.
I just said yeah. Oh yeah, so the reason the reason the law exists is so that an 18-year-old can date a 16-year-old despite the mental age maturity difference.
That's a 2-year age
The
gap.
laws are in yes, but I'm just stating as an example. The reason that the laws do exist is because of simply mental age maturity. Until you yourself, at least here in America, until you yourself are 18, you are considered to not be of a mental maturity to engage in a relationship with anyone 4 years above your own age range, simply because the mental maturity rate is vastly different unless, again, you are already an adult.
I didn't
So,
understand a
like,
single word you said.
essentially, it's like, you know how people associate children with, like, you know, people of the age 12 or under being kind of dumb, you know, floaty, they you know, they're innocent. I put this in air quotes. And then teenagers, so 13 to 17/18, depending on where you're from, are, you know, more, I put this in air quotes again, edgy.
Right.
That's essentially what I'm explaining. It's the difference between innocent, edgy, and, well, a adult sense of thinking. So, like, if you're 14 and dating a 19-year-old, there's an obvious, even if you can believe you're as mature as you want to be or think you're as mature as you want to be at a young age, but in true actuality you do not reach maturity until you're about, you know, 18 to 25.
Right.
So for a 14-year-old to be dating an 18-year-old is, you know, very wobbly on the threshold.
True.
Because considering they are at that point where they start to reach their full maturity and realize that they can hurt people, whereas a 14-year-old may not have
Doesn't.
a full grasp of that understanding that, you know, they
Right.
can hurt people willingly. And so that's why that law is in place, is because any gap larger than that when you are under the age of 18 can be dangerous to the younger party, simply because they are unable to pick up and recognize that, you know, they may be being manipulated, that they may be, you know, being groomed or other things. They are unaware to pick up on those cues because, again, their maturity is just too low.
Okay, so how does this apply to the CG and Zia relationship? Being a 5-year age gap
So,
and them starting their relationship when CG was 20 and Zia was 16.
so how this applies to it is Zia is 16, as I've been told. Again, I do
So
not know these folks personally.
okay, so let me give you a more clearer thing here. So
Yeah.
when they started dating, Zia had already turned 16 last year, and it was around 1 month before CG turned 21, meaning it was a 5-year age gap. Just a couple weeks ago, Zia had turned. Just a couple weeks ago, Zia turned 17, and CG is going to turn 22 in October.
Okay. So so about that. So the fact that Zia is 16 and that
Was.
ZG, sorry,
ZG.
I have a speaking problem. That
You're good.
ZG is 20,
One.
was 20, basically 21 by the time they were dating. I'm going to say it as it is, 20 near 21. The mental maturity difference between the two parties is vast. Because when you are 16, again, take from personal experience from me, you are not mentally mature. No matter how much you think you are, how much you say you are, you can be 16, have the intelligence of an adult, but that does not mean you have the maturity of an
Of an
adult.
adult, yeah.
Whilst on the other hand, ZG is the adult in this situation. He has reached mental maturity and, would have the mental capacity to be able to differentiate, this is right and this is wrong more clearly than someone who has not reached that level of maturity can.
Right. Plus the fact
Sorry
that
if any of my words don't make sense.
No, you're good. Plus the fact that Zia, to excuse a relationship, just like Google up, is it okay for a 21-year-old to date a 16-year-old? Or at the time when they started dating, I'm guessing
20 and 16,
a 20. Yeah, it would appear as it's fine, but that's a law in California.
Yeah. Now I want to say, as an adult myself, I'm not afraid saying this. Hi chat, I am 18 years old.
You're younger than me.
oh hush you.
You're
but
younger than me by a month.
Yep, you're never gonna let me live it down.
I'm never gonna let no.
But as an 18-year-old myself, I have gone through this whole song and dance a long time ago. We are fine now.
Yeah.
But sorry, Red is here too, so if I get a bit tense, that's probably why.
Okay.
But
I read.
he says hi back. Anyhow. Okay, so that's definitely a law. But yeah, where was I? Hang on. I forgot. Where was I? Oh yeah, okay, I know where I was. But yeah, the fact I want to do this disclaim though that speaking from an adult, don't try to put it too hard on Zia. Because in this situation, Zia is the child. I am just going to say it as it is. In this situation, presuming from the information I have been given, Zia is the child. Zia is the victim.
Yes.
So I don't want anyone who's watching this right now to go after Zia and be like, "Oh my goodness, you're such a horrible person. How could you let this happen?"
Zia is the victim.
Because in this scenario, Zia is the victim, and I want everyone to keep that in mind when we're speaking about this.
Question. Is the relationship between CG and Zia legal or not?
It is, as far as I can tell, it is not. Because one of the mental maturity difference that would make the relationship just as it is romantically concerning, if not illegal, depending on the state's laws. And anything sexually hinted at or said is outright illegal.
Right.
So it's a bit of a wobbly string when it comes to purely romantic relationships, because the age gap, I do believe, still exists for just purely romantic relationships.
Plus the fact Zia has told us that CG would occasionally hint to sexual stuff, but would also like shut down any actual like sexual talk in fear of getting in trouble.
Ooh, yeah.
So it's illegal, we win.
But yeah, so again, the topic of it being a purely romantic relationship is still very wobbly, but I am not going to blame Zia at all for anything.
No. We don't blame Zia here. The one to blame
Zia
is
a child, a minor. Again, not the mental capacity to be able to register, is this right or wrong? So yeah, I say that fault falls my throat. That fault falls on ZG for being the adult in this situation who can distinguish right from wrong.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's
I went
illegal,
on a
we
bit of a
win!
ramble.
It's
We went
illegal,
on a
we
bit of
win!
a tangent.
No, you're good.
Yeah, again, I want to say I am not a qualified lawyer. I am not a qualified psychologist. I
Doesn't
am
matter,
just
it's
heavily
illegal, we win!
knowledgeable in these. Yeah, I am just heavily knowledgeable in these topics because I have gone through a similar situation.
And you have a
So,
lawyer friend.
yes, a lawyer, well, friend slash acquaintance. It's the parent. It's a husband of one of my good teachers. So
Same difference. Okay, thank you, Dookie. I'm gonna have ice cream and continue, like, looking through this.
yeah.
Do you wanna stay here or do you wanna leave?
I can stay here for anything else because I'm vibing anyway. So.
Okay. I'm gonna put Animal Crossing music then.
I'm not gonna probably be able to hear it. You should be one. I should be what? Pogo, a therapist or not therapist, psychologist or a lawyer. Yeah, while you put on your Animal Crossing music, I'm just gonna read chat.
Okay.
Oh, I can see your tab switching.
Yeah, I know you can.
On the stream.
Why did I open
Yes,
gacha?
Bluey shows anxiety and trauma.
It does though!
That describes my childhood right there.
Okay.
Oh, lawyer. Considered it in the past.
I shall go get ice cream. Hold, please.
Alright, yeah. I'll try to keep your chat as entertained as I can. Do. But yeah. This topic is funky stuff. Oh god, the latency on the stream. This is why I don't use YouTube. I've considered becoming a lawyer in the past. It's just not really the career path I can apply for. Again, living in America, I would need certain types of school credits to even go to a college that would allow me to become a lawyer. But I've considered it. Yeah, alright, good to know then. Oh jeez, I bonked my table. Anytime Isabel's on screen, you know drama's going on. Yeah, that's fair enough. Wolfie's grabbing ice cream, so I'm here attempting to entertain, but I don't know what to do. No, I don't know how to play it. Yeah, Animal Crossing music is good in general, I'd say. Making a skit right now. Nice. But yeah, I'm mostly here as the anonymous Nuki, Tanuki, whatever y'all want to call me, to help explain this stuff. Cause when this stuff was first going on, you know, Wolfie is aware that I have gone through situations similar when I was younger. And I'm mostly here because, you know, ticks us off whenever this stuff happens. So
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Also, I didn't think we gave them a warning that I am a system.
No, you just brought up Red.
Yeah.
And I just...
Yeah, free.
You just brought up Red. I think they all thought they were just a random furniture place.
Yeah, I was gonna say I probably thought it was a random person. Hi there, folks. I am for simplicity, a DID system. Red is one of my alters. So howdy.
I don't think Red likes me.
Red just gets very protective is the best way to put it. He doesn't like when he feels he is triggered whenever he feels our body is in danger in a mental or physical sense. So, yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't like me. Considering what our relationship was back in 2019, I don't think he likes me.
Don't even remind me of that, man. Oh
mean,
my goodness. Bro, I used to be like so salty back then.
The relationship between us both and Jaw was really something.
Yeah. Anyhow, that's not the topic of right now.
No, we're gonna make a discovery.
Yes, don't bring my son into this. Not my son.
Brings up your son.
No.
Yeah. You wish I got ice cream.
Yippee.
Ice cream. Okay, fine. Let's continue on with this, shall we?
Yeah. But yeah, I do want to point out in the document there that I am reading is no, it is generally not illegal to be in a non-sexual relationship with a minor. That means honestly it depends from place to place.
And in your place, it is.
Yeah, as far as I could tell. Because if I were from my home state, then I could. Well, it's kind of hard to sue someone. Suing is a weird process. Lay. You most of the time suing. Proper term you would be looking for probably is taking to court over suing, because suing is typically when there is damage done to something of non-animate property. So like if someone, you know, hits your car and runs away, or if someone like spray paints your house, that would be a suing thing. Or if someone gave you food poisoning, that would be a sue. When it comes to more illegal activities, that's more of a taking the court issue to battle it out, to essentially have a most of the time mature discussion / argument about it.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying.
Okay, let's see. This is really weird to me. To my knowledge, there is no limit on specifically dating in any state of America. If there wasn't, like Latte said earlier, if there wasn't a limit, then multiple predators wouldn't be in jail right now.
Well, it's kind of hard because, let's be honest, America likes to turn a blind eye on everything. If you've been following the news lately, you'll know half of our Senate is pedophiles, so, like...
I don't know that. All I know is that half the Senate is transphobes.
They're trying to ban TikTok, and the folks who are trying to ban it are like, well, I keep getting... trigger warning for y'all here. Wolfie posted it. what it is already. The people in our Senate were like, oh well, I keep getting, videos on my For You page of girls dancing provocatively, and I specify girls, not women. And everyone is just like, ooh, you see.
Hey guys.
We know how the algorithm works. Anyhow.
Hey guys, reminder that the For You page is called For You for a reason.
How the I'm not gonna go into that though, that's not what we're talking about here. It was just a tidbit. Anyhow.
Oh.
Look, I will get distracted easily.
If there was one, I wouldn't have said Justicia. Yeah, you shouldn't have said Justicia in the first place. The picture is from a court case in California. You don't live in California, CG. You live in New York. I am going to move to California, though.
Also, what picture? Because that's the picture I sent you.
This?
Yeah. Or was that specific Cali laws? Did I look up specific Cali laws? Because I think I wasn't fronting at that time. I think Red was. Or Alchemy.
I don't know. I don't know who Alchemy is either.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no, this is one of the first Google searches to appear. This is something Jello would use.
Yeah, I know I sent you that myself when we were talking about it. I remember that much.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't remember what the specific search result to get it was. Because I didn't dig too far deeply since it was a speedy conversation. I did surface level digging and then did deeper digging on my own later. So.
So I still think it's fair. It's important to stress that this is California. You're not from California.
Yeah, I was gonna say what picture of what court case though. I don't see one. Unless I'm just blind.
I would also like to add that CG had once criticized a 4-year age gap between an adult and a minor. Nuki, do you know what this is referring to?
No, I do not.
Do you want to know?
Well, I assume the context is in the doc.
It's not in a doc.
Oh, fun.
Do you want to know?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. For this, we just need to do a simple Google search. The glitchy will drama.
I remember you telling me about that.
And this is my tweet, and the entire fucking thread of tweets and allocations I made against one of my old voice actors, the glitchy Will.
I remember that. You DM'd me about that. You're like, hey, Wolfie, check Twitter. Or, not Wolfie. Hey, Nuki, check Twitter. Shush!
Hey, Wolfie?
Look, it's been a long day, okay? I'm half awake.
Hey, Wolfie?
Look, if you're gonna laugh at me, at least send me some coffee, okay?
No, I don't think I will. Yeah. I would like to add that CG once criticized a 4-year age gap between an adult and a minor is referring to this.
Yeah, I remember that whole thing. Well, kind of. I recognize it.
Okay, so, basically, the glitchy Will, old voice actor of mine, old voice actor of Nominal Dingus, is a 19-year-old famous voice actor in both Friday Night Funkin' and the EXE community, especially the EXE community. He grew up with my friend S, who is one of my voice actors as well, and basically wanted S to cheat on their partner with him, and he would lie about having a relationship. Like, he would say he wasn't in another relationship while he was, so he wanted to be in a relationship with S and groomed them into being in their relationship with him, while him already being in a relationship with Kenji, who is also a horrible person and supports a pedophile.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the deal with him. And CJ criticized this.
Yep.
Mind you, the age gap between Will and S is of 4 years. Because 1 year less than CG's and Zia's age gap. Disgusting, but then is okay with a 5-year age gap between himself and a minor. Okay. My criticization of the age gap document referring to was because of this, the victim talking about the adult. That hell, he would always used to say, "I wish I was 16 or 17 again." This is S speaking. Lot. He said it because he wanted to be with me and not worry about the age gap. I also assumed that the adult had some sort of malicious intention. Yes, I do see the irony. All of this happened before Sia and I started dating. Did it though? Wait, did it? Because I released the doc on the night of September 19th.
I would say that if you were really worried about an age gap, you would have waited. Because if you
For them
were
to be an
truly
adult.
worried about an age gap, I know people who do have fairly large age gaps, but they are adults now.
Yeah.
And they are in a happy, healthy adult maturity relationship. If you were truly worried about your age gap, you would have had the common sense, I would assume, to say, well, we can see what happens in 2 years, and if you're still interested in me romantically, then we can go from there.
Yeah.
Because I've been nervous about dating my partner, even because I'm 18 and he's not even a year younger than me, but he doesn't turn 18 till, like, not even a full year younger than me, but he is currently 17, turning 18 in a few months. And even then, I still walk on eggshells around him and am nervous to make any kind of jokes with him that might be sexual, because, again, even though our relationship is completely legal, in this case, I am the adult. I love my boyfriend very much, and I don't want anything bad to ever happen to him.
Yeah, same with me and my partner, because, like, our age gap is of 1 year, you know this, and she turns 18 this year. And I don't know if you remember back in the group chat, I would be really concerned about the fact that I'm turning 18. They're turning 17 months after I turn 18. So, like,
but in these cases, our relationships are legal, considering we are within the 4 year.
For 3 or 4 months, I would be in a relationship with a 16-year-old while me being 18, and that made me really uncomfortable, and I didn't know what to do.
Icky.
It feels icky, and this is worse, and I don't know how they don't see this.
Yeah, and I know once he turns 18, it won't be an issue for us anymore. But right now, it just, sometimes I feel icky about it. But he reassures me that everything's okay, so I'm glad for that.
Joff reassured me so many times about my relationship with my girlfriend. I was really concerned. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah. Anyhow.
And now she's turning 18, so we're good.
Yippee.
Okay. All this happened, yeah, so I'm not sure. I feel like, wait, I don't know if there's, like, an actual date of when they started dating, because I know they started in September, but I released the thread on September 19th. So
considering how you say it was close to ZG's birthday, I would like to assume that it was anywhere from mid to late September.
Because CG's birthday is in October.
But yeah. The adult, they're also mentally hurt. No, it's horrible too. Oh, this is talking about the other situation.
Yeah, this is talking about the other situation. The adult here also mentally hurt the victim several times. I don't think I said this. I don't remember saying this, but yeah. and was horrible to his friends, including Wolfie. The most he's done to me is like pathologically lie multiple times and yell at me for having suicidal thoughts.
I remember when I
you know,
I was an awful person.
Okay, so you know when someone has a suicidal thought, what would you normally do? You would try to like comfort them, calm them down, like reassure them that everything's fine and stuff, right? You would do that. You would be a good person. Not Will. Will would yell at me and like he would actually yell at me, say, "We told you not to do this." Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Like, I get like you don't want me to make suicide jokes. That's completely fine and understandable, and I stopped making them with him the second he told me. But like, you don't scold me for actively wanting to kill myself.
I mean, I can understand some people just don't understand how to handle that.
The impression he gave off was that he really didn't care about the well-being of anyone close to him. Blue is for the victim, red is for the adult. You didn't have to censor Will. He doesn't deserve to be censored. He's fucked up.
But I'm assuming this is not ZG and
No.
Zia,
This is no. ZG is typing all of this. This is Will and S. I understand I've hurt you. I am truly sorry. I know it means nothing to you. How many times have I heard? Yeah, this isn't the thread. This isn't the thread.
Yeah, I've seen it.
This isn't the thread. He said he loved me. He said he wants me. He said the same shit to me. Look how that turned out. When Will told me these things that he told S, at least to my knowledge, he didn't mean it romantically. But yeah, he still said it. And yes, Kenji did make a curse, and his pronouns are he, him, by the way, so yeah. We don't care if they're a horrible person or not. We respect people's pronouns here.
Yeah.
The adult is also currently, last I checked, dating a known pedophile. This is referring to Kenji. No, not anymore, actually, because like there's been new Kenji drama, and I felt the need to bring up that Kenji was dating Will, and since I brought this back up, Kenji decided to break up with Will again because I brought back the subject. That was the only reason of the end of their relationship. So yeah, they're no longer dating, though their reason doesn't really make things better.
Curse died of ligma.
I sure hope you did. I never wanted to hurt anyone. I never wanted to get anything out of my and Zia's relationship other than both of us being happy. You still groomed the fucking something. As of last night, for Sin 1, well, Zia has been telling people who forced them to tell their story. We hadn't, and we tried our best to make them feel as safe and comfortable as possible. This is true. We even invited Floaty into our group chat so she could confirm that this is true, and she has confirmed that it is actually true. I spoke with Kuna and with Zap, who are two members of the FFC, they have confirmed there is no proof of us forcing Zia. Because as I told Tamik City before, there can't be proof of something that never happened.
You even sent me screenshots. I remember this because I was present for this.
Yeah.
When we were talking about it, you even sent me screenshots of Zia willingly like going like, "Hey, I want to tell y'all about this," and then a screenshot of Zia going, "Wow, y'all are gullible," or something like that.
Yeah, Zia instead of us using Zia is the one who used us for quote unquote information. So big paragraph. I don't know how to read English. Let's see. Here's what I think happened in regards to the claims of one side forcing the other to say certain things. My guess is that Zia went to Wolfie due to being salty about our breakup. Per Zia's own claim, this is why they said the things they said. I should also know that the breakup was a mutual decision. Wolfy, Latte, and Mamie, assuming I was a pedophile who was trying to groom Zia, you are, confronted them, which Wolfy has experience in doing. I did this twice. I did this in the Wilt situation, and I did this in the Carl and Brick situation. Basically,
Jeez.
Brick did a bad. He would basically lie to all of his subscribers about him being like about him shipping himself with Kate, who is another gachatuber that like quit because of this. And he would make fake accounts to make not safe for work art of him and other gachatubers, and he would make a false identity known as Christy to continue posting in his channel without any consequences. Now, here's the thing, Christy, they made up a fake age for Christy, okay, saying she's 18. Brick is 14. And Brick had this one friend called Carl. Now, Brick said in his channel that Carl was his brother of 19. Okay, and then it was revealed, obviously before we knew that Christy was still Brick, it was revealed that Christy and Carl were in a relationship.
Okay.
Now, okay, another thing that like I completely forgot to mention is that Brick said that Christy was his cousin.
Wasn't
So
really thought out, was it?
yeah, so here's the thing. They were basically saying that Christy, Brick's and technically Carl's cousin, was dating Carl. If this wasn't bad enough, it was then revealed that Christy was in fact Brick with a fake name and a fake identity. So, indirectly, Carl was dating Brick. And obviously, keep in mind.
That wasn't
Okay,
really thought out.
yeah,
Anyhow.
here's no. Let me finish. So, if this wasn't bad enough, um, Carl and Brick were supposedly brothers and were
Yep.
indirectly dating. Turns out this was also a lie. They weren't brothers. Does that make things better? Probably, I don't think so, because that doesn't change the fact that Brick is 14 and Carl is 19.
Lovely.
So yeah, Carl groomed Brick, and Brick didn't even notice until I pointed it out. So that's the second groomer I took down. Teehee. They
Hey,
then
Sally
likely
continue.
encountered Zia to make their Discord announcement. Encouraged Zia, I'm dyslexic now. They then likely encouraged Zia to make their Discord announcement, again under the assumption that I was a pedophile. We didn't. We didn't. I have screenshot of this. I have a screenshot of this. We didn't tell Zia to do this.
Oop.
Let me get the thingy here. Okay. I'm taking screenshots. The invite I sent is already expired, but it's the invite to the FFC server.
Oh, okay.
Let me just get the screenshots here for you.
Doot doot.
I've been watching a lot of Steven Universe and TikTok.
Sure.
I have a problem. And I don't think it's the autism.
Not the tizzy.
The what?
That's what me and my friends call it in real life. We call it the tizzy.
That's silly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the unknown server I'm tagging in these screenshots is the Announcy server in the fucking thingy.
Are you sending in DMs or something, or?
No, I'm sending this in the same group chat.
Mm.
Okay.
Let me tab over. Oh yeah, I think you showed. No, did you? Yeah, no. I think you've shown me these before. Well, not the exact like picture.
I'm still gonna send them. I'm still gonna show them because I don't think everyone in the stream has seen these. Okay, so let's see. Can you send me the invite to the FFC server? Zia, do you still have the CG? Yeah, but I'm pretty sure the invite's expired. Okay, and I sent the invite. If I were to say expose them, what channel would I put that under? We didn't give the idea.
The screenshot's not pop. There it is. Okay.
We didn't give the idea. It was her own. It was their own. I don't think you need to. Zap plans on sending the doc when it's done. Too bad. His group needs to know. His group knows. Then who is he telling otherwise? I sent them all of this except with a couple changes. Other people we don't know. I got it. Well, I still want to say my side of the story again, confirming that we didn't encourage this. Fair, give me a sec. You will be given the special. And then my DM would zap. The 16-year-old joined the server. They want to put their side of the story. Where should they do it? Hold on, I will give them administration, and they will do it in an announcement. Alright, thank you. I'm writing out my own thing now, and then the announcement channel. And then they just type their entire thing. So yeah, we didn't encourage this. We didn't encourage this. You don't read it? Okay.
Or did you want me to? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. Was my mic not working?
Okay, but yeah, like this is just proof. These all of these are just proof that we didn't encourage Zia. It was their own idea. Later, when Zia and I talked again, Zia claimed that Wolfie forced him to say those things. Not true. Which I told the others. Not true. At the time, I was still under the belief that Wolfie was doing all this maliciously. No! You should know. You've known me for over a year. You know I wouldn't do these things maliciously. Rather than to help Zia, and I didn't want anyone to send Zia any hate. We don't want that either. We're doing this to protect Zia from you because you're a bad person.
Yeah, I literally disclaimed, don't go harass the child.
The child. Later, Zia started using their being in a group chat with Wolfie, Latte, and Mamie to get info on what they plan to do to me. At the time, Zia was generally terrified of Wolfie. Okay, so these things. But I wanted to tell you that Wolfie is definitely planning something big. I am scared. Yeah, they're still plotting a dog. What do we do? I am scared. So, I don't know if others take it the way CG did, but I don't take it as them saying they're scared of me. I'm taking this as they're scared of what can happen. They're scared of what plan I have. They're not. I don't see it as they're actively scared of me.
I can't really say since I don't know them personally.
This is just my take. This is how I read it. So them spying on Wolfie was to let us, Jello, Zia, and I prepare for a response to whatever Wolfie and her friends were gonna do. I was fully aware of Zia doing this, and I supported it because I thought Wolfie knew I wasn't a pedo. You are. Well, the more a more appropriate term would be an EFIVO file, but we're not going that way. And just wanted my life ruined because she felt I wronged her in some way. The only way that he wronged me was just being overly clingy and treating our friendship like a relationship. I think that's it. Oh, and also harassing. Maybe what we're getting into that point later. Let's see. Since then, my opinions have changed, and I regret supporting it. Yay! I should also mention that Zia is bipolar, which explains a huge change in opinions on me and Wolfie.
I can say that is a thing that does happen.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from being a system, I am bipolar myself.
That explains
And
a lot of 2019.
Okay. And it can be just kind of a switch that triggers. There is, well, okay, not really triggers, but happens. Sometimes there is no trigger to it. Sometimes it's just a fluctuation. Like one day you could say something to me, right? And I wake up and read the message. And for the sake of simplicity, because this is how most people know bipolar disorder, we're going to just explain it with the, hyper extreme highs and the very depressive low lows.
Yeah.
If you were to like send me a condescending message, making a comment about me, if I were in a hyper high, I could view that as they really care, they really care about me and they're trying to make me aware of this thing that's wrong with me so I can work on it.
Yeah.
But then I can, like, any second switch to that low and be like, oh, wait, no, they fucking hate me. Sorry for the cursing.
I curse on my channel a lot, don't worry about it.
So bipolar disorder can actually, warp your perception of how you view people and how you process what is said and how people interact with you.
Right, yeah. They got diagnosed with bipolar disorder, another thing to put in the list of things they have. So now, keep in mind, we were not aware of this until this talk. We were not aware of this. So I wouldn't say anyone forced anyone to do anything. They didn't. Wolfie and her friends were comforting Zia and trying to make them feel safe, with the false assumption that I was a pedophile. You are. Given that assumption, I don't fault them for comforting Zia the way they did, though I would fault them for their assumption. How? Tell me how. With the proof we had then, and the proof we had now, how? How it would be wrong to assume that you are a pedophile? You are. And the Nuki here has already confirmed that it is in fact fucking illegal. Which Zia later took as them forcing Zia to say things. No. Zia getting information from Wolfie about her plans was done because Zia was assuming that Wolfie had malicious intentions, which is not the case. This is just my best guess and I know everyone involved and what I've seen.
They
Document.
don't know me.
You don't know this. You don't know the nuke. The doc also implies that me calling Zia a best friend is a lie, and that I got their gender wrong in the situation. Yeah, back to the CG, he also asked Wolfie to keep their relationship a secret, which is true. In a post Wolfie made up with the character's sexualities, he refers to person 1 as his best friend, when in reality this person was his partner. Not only did he say that, but he had also gotten their identity wrong. Firstly, no, I did not lie about Zia being my best friend. Two people can be dating and still be best friends at the time. I know! Okay, I know this. this is Zia's thing. Like, no, what am I saying? This is not this part of the talk. I didn't write this. I know you can be best friends with the person you're dating. That's not always the case. Like, with me, for example, my best friend is my cousin Mira, and I just call her my cousin because, like, her dad is my godfather. We're not actually blood related, but we are best friends.
I just call my bestie whore. In a
Awesome.
lighthearted manner.
No, you call him whore in an affectionate way. Secondly, yes, I got their gender wrong, but not intentionally. Still,
I mean, I can understand if they're under the impression at the time that someone is going by a certain set of pronouns. You know, if you use them and you are still made aware that they are using that, then that's not on their part.
Okay, but listen.
Because I've had that happen with teachers several times who are not aware I use he, him pronouns, and they do call me a she, her, and I do correct them, and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you went by this and just had a different name." So it's understandable if they weren't aware that they were going by something different.
We met before you transitioned. So I hadn't checked up on what her gender was at the time, as they were so comfortable with being referred to with they them that I assumed that they were non-binary. That was a mistake on my part, and I am sorry. Let me say something about this. This post about their sexualities, right? I have the post right here. Okay, this is the post. Okay. And I think CG deleted his comment. CG deleted his comment. Okay, so this is the thingy. Okay, this is the post. Okay, now this post was made 1 month ago.
Yeah.
I told CG that Zia was gender fluid last year.
Fun.
So he did know. He did in fact know. Also, I don't think the word debunked was used in any part of our doc. I at least don't remember it. The claims are debunked here with him admin, because they knew a lot of people would listen to us. Okay, yeah, those. Okay, that is very disorganized. This is about claims way above. Okay. As for the claim that Jello broke their agreement, I'm not entirely sure what agreement is being referred to here. So, the agreement, which is already stated here. Jello and I had agreement that she wouldn't say anything about the drama unless we released the doc, and then proceeded to defend CJ without the doc not being even finished. Okay, so here's the timeline of events. Jello and I had a discussion about this right after CG got kicked out of the FFC, and I came to replace him. Right? Okay. Jello and I ended up coming to the agreement where she wouldn't intervene with this drama if we didn't make the document, right?
Yeah.
And days before the document was even created, like 2 days before the document was even created, Jello had already published a response to a non-existing document, and that's what gave them the upper hand. That's what made people harass me. Eh?
Yeah. Say that with sarcasm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, that's the agreement. That's the agreement that Jello broke. As far as I can tell, the document is referring to what Jello asked that everyone not talk publicly about the situation, yeah. And in return, she wouldn't say anything public about the situation, and yet she did. Based on this interaction between Zap and Wolfie, my best guess is that the document is referring to when Jello showed Zap her slideshow defending me, leading to Wolfie being removed from the Funky Friday crew. At this, I am making the doc. I was actually thinking of not releasing it after my chat with Jello, because we had this disagreement thing. But since she didn't follow along with her side of the deal, apparently I have no fucking choice then. Because, well, this was after they released the presentation. He was and would still be happy to be your friend, but right now I don't want to hear any of the CG talk until we're done. Can you do that? Yeah, sure. And then my relationship with Zap is normal. We still treat each other like shit as always, and we're back to being friends. And we're just kind of ignoring this whole deal unless something comes up. That was done because Wolfie had destroyed my social life. Nice! Jello wanted to undo it. Like, what do you mean with I destroyed your social life? All I did was tell the Funky Friday crew, which led to you being kicked out of their group and me replacing you. That's the only thing that happened before Jello released the dog, and you're saying I destroyed your social life. How? Like, when I got kicked out of the Gacha Lovers for that this time, I'm not explaining what happened because it's really gross and bad. Um, and that happened. You, you didn't destroy my social life. I didn't destroy my own social life. I just went ahead and found other friends too. People I stopped talking to actually. Like, yeah. Like, getting removed from a group, getting replaced from a group doesn't destroy your social life.
It's the fucking internet.
Yeah! Well, if you had other friends, you can't convince me that you had 7 friends, Zia, myself, and Jello. You can't convince me that you only had 10 friends. Like, please. Well, I haven't asked Wolfie or Jello about this recently. Based on what I know of them, I believe Jello's deal with Wolfie was meant to be after she ended what Wolfie had done to me. I got you kicked out of the group because you don't deserve to be in that group. It seems there wasn't a clear common understanding. On the topic of Jello, it's not like they didn't have a situation. Okay, so like the situation with seven. I'm gonna finish reading this. On the topic of Jello, it's not like they hadn't had a situation with each other before. CJ basically forced Jello to congratulate him on 20k subs, and it caused Jello to make a rant on YouTube. This actually happened. Now, the reason why we brought this up was because we were already tackling everything that had to do with CJ, so we felt it necessary. We knew it was an already resolved issue, hence why this has such a small space in the entire latte doc, which is literally just this.
Yeah.
In regards to the drama I had with Jello in the document refers to, yes, I have had drama with Jello in the past, and it was my fault. However, Jello and I have both since sorted out the issue. I apologize, and we moved on months ago. Yeah, that's why it has a really tiny section because we were just tackling everything. So we thought the need to include that too. As for this, okay, before we continue reading, hey Nuki, is this
Yeah.
little face considered surprise to you?
I mean, to me, I can see it as you don't know, have a solid reaction, so you use it, because I do the same thing. I'll type like E or oh whoa whenever I don't have a proper reaction to something, but still want to react. Kind of a way of I'm speechless. I want to react, but I don't know how to react.
Kind of like my wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not. This is not used for surprise. Like it's more like.
I mean, people interpret emojis their own way. That's it's fair to say people have their own text styles.
But please, there's emojis that actually express surprise.
I was gonna say, have you seen them though? They kind of look. They
Yeah,
look
but
a bit
still.
odd.
Yeah, but still, this doesn't look surprised. Actually, the Google one looks like they're on drugs. For
Anyway,
this is even called neutral face.
which you guess you could assume means like a neutral reaction, or you don't know how to react. Again, I'm not
Not
going to focus
surprised.
too much on the little face because again, people have their own texting styles. Maybe they just didn't like the way the surprise face looks, so they went for the next best thing, which is something neutral that can be interpreted any way that they use it.
Yeah. As for neutral face being used to convey a sense of surprise, what I meant was that I sometimes use it to express a sense of dumbfoundedness or speechlessness. Yeah. Or even sometimes surprised. This is, at least to me, this doesn't make sense. I've actually used it several times with Wolfie. I've never taken it as a surprise expression. Never in my life did I take it as a. I'll check it out. I have no. Like, this was when I told him that. Like, totally was Hispanic. I'll check it out. I have no idea what to say to it. Like, yeah, that's just speechless. Like, I don't know how to react to this. That's not surprise. I have no idea what to say. The face, I have no idea what to say. That's not surprise! In which of these contexts is that face used for surprise? It's not surprise! I also asked people in the Funky Friday crew server, and several agreed with me. Okay, let's see. Can this thing be used to means something like surprised, dumbfounded, or I don't know how to respond? Like, yeah, it could be for the last two, but not surprise. This isn't a quiz question. I'm just asking for opinions. I'm not sure what to say. That's what I usually use it for. Not surprise. It's the embodiment of what the fuck. It's the whole expression it gives. Not surprise. What about something like, or I have no idea what to say. Yeah, like that. Both surprised and dumbfounded. Yeah, not surprised.
It's hard to say for me. I'm autistic. I read things quite literally unless there's a tone tag attached to it. So.
And in which of these is there a tone tag?
But I wouldn't bother really griping on someone's text style. If I see it as surprise, then oh well, they see it as surprise.
No, like, I know that, but the fact that we brought this up because he used this in the thing where I said that totally was Hispanic. He used it in the comments. I don't exactly remember what he said, but he said something and then used his face. And then he said it was meant to express surprise. That was not meant for surprise. That was not meant for surprise in that. Wolfie also mentioned how CG made multiple sex jokes to her, even when he was well aware that she was ace and uncomfortable by it. Nuki, I don't know if you remember that one dramatic thing that happened in one server I left where people were spamming disgusting shit, and that made me discover I was ace.
I do not remember now.
Then I didn't tell you. Now you know. So that's how I discovered I was ace. I didn't tell CG how I discovered I was ace until our last text. But he still knew I was ace. And if you aren't sure of what sexuality I am, it's in my literal fucking bio. She her biromantic As he told Wolfie, I had completely forgotten she hated them, which was my mistake. As soon as Wolfie told me again, I stopped making them. Okay, so I can forgive you forgetting once or twice. You made sex jokes like 5 times. How do you forget that something you do makes someone uncomfortable for 5 times after those 5 times that person has told you that they're uncomfortable with it? No. I can forgive you forgetting 1 or 2 times, but this has happened way more than that. And you can't just excuse it as, oh, I just forgot. That's not something you forget. And I stopped making them? This was in one of my last texts to you. When we were already, like, we stopped talking to each other as much. So there wasn't really any opportunity. I want to give an example of one of these sex jokes he made. And this has to do a lot with Totally Vicious. And I'm using this one as a primarily example because it has a lot to do with, well, Totally Vicious. Vicious being a minor, him being 15. Look here. this happened in roleplay. We would usually roleplay as totally vicious characters, and we would usually roleplay with them, like, interacting through Twitter. Okay, because, well, Totally and Vicious have actual Twitter accounts now, so we just like to roleplay as them here. So, here's the thing. I have no problem. Like who the slow one now would be Vicious. Fuck you, Trills would be Totally. Totally is ageless, but if he were still alive, he would be 22. And Vicious is 15. They're both asexual. If he were still alive, he would be bisexual. Okay, so I have no problem in adding an ice cream maker in you. I think Ray asked for one at some point. When he says this, what's the first image that pops into your head?
NSFW one, I'll say that.
What?
An NSFW one.
What?
Huh?
No. Okay, so that's not what I was picturing at all. You want to know what I was picturing?
Huh. I feel scared. Oh, a circus baby.
She can make ice creams.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the comment he made, not the...
No, the thing that Vicious said. I have
Oh,
no
yeah,
problem
no.
in adding an ice cream maker in you, like fucking circus baby.
Yeah.
And then what CG responds as Totally. So you want everyone to eat my cream? Don't force other people into your kinks.
Yep.
He edited this and added the /J. /J wasn't there originally. And of course, I don't have a good reaction. I feel the need to stress, Vicious is 15. Like, the one making the comment about making an ice cream maker is 15, is an asexual fucking child. You are role-playing as a 22-year-old. No, I... The mic picked up on your burp.
Oh, fun.
That's all I have to
Whoops.
know why.
Look, man, I had
So,
some
yeah.
really good ramen earlier.
Okay, so yeah, this is one of the multiple sex jokes he's done, and again, this is about a fucking 15-year-old! By the way, I wouldn't have found this screenshot earlier. This was made in December, so I wouldn't have, and I know it was made in December because of the profile picture. It was either December or January, so the only reason I found the screenshot was because one day I was left without internet at the house, and I was just left scrolling through my gallery in my iPad, and I found this while scrolling. Yeah, that's just one of the many sex jokes. He then made a joke about me masturbating, or another joke of me wanting to fuck Monica from Doki Doki, who is also 18, but still. And I've told him, no! I would like to mention that I couldn't have assumed Wolfie hated sex jokes just from the fact that she is asexual. I know I have seen plenty ace people who make sex jokes a lot. For example, okay, so asexuality is a spectrum. There's there's asexual people that can tolerate sex jokes and asexual people that don't tolerate sex jokes. I'm kind of in the middle ground. Okay, I've made my fair share of sex jokes, but I have a limit. And
Yeah, same here.
he's crossed the limit multiple times. Exhibit A. Mamie, for example, is also asexual. She's aro ace. She doesn't tolerate a single level of a sex joke. So yeah. Well, it wasn't addressed in the document. I'd still like to address the question of why I dated Zia in the first place. You shouldn't have. The simple but honest answer. What page am I'm in 11? Well, okay. The simple but honest answer is that I fell in love with Zia through her interactions, and her personality doesn't take away that you're a pedophile and a groomer. I did not date them with the intention of grooming Zia at all. I just wanted to make them happy. You still
I want to
groom
say
them.
about grooming.
Yeah.
Most folk don't go in with the intention of grooming. It kind of happens to say. Like, unless you are truly an evil, malicious person, most people don't go into dating, most adults don't go in dating a minor saying, yeah, I'm going to sexually traumatize this person.
Yeah!
Or anything like that. Like, as someone who has been groomed, I can assure you that at first the intentions were not that of my groomers, simply from psychological standpoints and everything. But it did develop into that. Nobody really goes in with the intention of, I'm going to make this person how I want them to be, like, unless you are just truly evil and my finger. Unless you were just truly evil and malicious. Yeah, I pinched my finger.
Okay.
And so, you saying you're going in without the intention of grooming doesn't mean that it didn't happen. Things can still, like, even with your mental maturity, people can still do it unwillingly because you are with the maturity level rating that you are aware of your actions that are right or wrong. But when it comes to relationships and studies and shit, when it comes to relationships, it's a gray ground because you'll make jokes because you're comfortable with them, not caring about right or wrong. Grooming, typically, yes, sometimes it can happen on purpose. People can go in with the intention of saying, hey, I want to get, sexual benefit out of this person. I'm going to trick them into that. But a lot of the times, people don't really go in with that intention, but it still happens because one party is way too old. So they are, old, expecting of those jokes and such. And so they push them on to the person that is younger than them. And that person who is younger will typically follow suit to make their partner comfortable, or because they think, hey, my partner likes these jokes, so it must be okay too.
I also feel the need to note that grooming someone doesn't always involve like sexual attraction to people. It can also just
No,
be
it does not.
it can
I've
also just
had
be
both.
like manipulating someone emotionally.
Personal experience, and these are memories I have unlocked recently, so I will say they are a bit finicky. Red also holds as a trauma keeper, so
I'm sorry.
and now that I'm 8, it's all right. I'm all fine now. This has been a long time past. But I had 2 situations. One, which was sexual. The guy even joked about, having me run away to his home and keeping me in his basement.
Jesus Christ! What kind of partner is that?
The answer is Amino.
Jeez! That happened in Amino!
And yeah, Undertale AU's Amino. But the other one would essentially threaten to kill himself every time I didn't give him what he wanted. So it's not it's not always a inherently sexual thing. It can be a situation where they trap you there because you believe that if you leave, something bad is going to happen to them, whether it be them hurting. And trigger warning for y'all, I am terribly sorry. I don't know if Wolfie wrote it in as well, but it doesn't always have to be a sexual thing. It can range from making jokes so the minor thinks it's okay to make those jokes and be sexual. It can be, intentionally forcing the minor to be sexual via their innocence, like, oh, you don't know about this, well, I guess you're not cool then. Or it can be the minor is scared to leave because they're afraid what might happen, like other person might harm themselves, or put this lightly, vanish forever. But grooming can come in a lot of forms. It's not always inherently sexual, but a lot of the times it is to keep the relationship with the minor or the victim. So yeah.
I got
Yippee.
lost. Where is it?
Second,
Okay, here we go.
the top paragraph, yep.
Zia and I started dating on September 20th.
Cut out aggressively. Wolfie? Oh, excuse me.
Gross. I'm trying to process what I just read.
Oh, I thought your microphone broke.
No, I cut off myself in the middle of the sentence. That was
funny.
intentional.
You went September 20th.
28. Wait. Nuki.
Yeah. Oh, was that the
September?
same day you made your post?
No.
It was
That was
after?
9 days after.
Hey, hi, Vey.
Wait.
Anyhow.
Wait, Vey's here? Oh, I thought it was Vey.
Oh.
Wait.
See. Huh.
All of this happened before Zia and I started dating. You started dating 9 days after this. That's just a straight up lie. Wait! I also assume the adult had some malicious intentions. Yes, I do see the irony. All of this happened before Zia and I started dating. This happened in September 19th. This all happened in September 19th. You started dating 9 days after that.
Also, I'm assuming you know who Rabby Dabby is.
Well, what the fuck? You're just contradicting yourself here. Oh, hi, Rabia. Rabia's the one who made the fucking Totally song.
Oh, okay, then. But yeah.
You're just lying.
It was 16.
Wait, he's just lying. The fuck? I was 20, Zia was 16, and we had already known each other for about 2 years at that point. We met when I was 18 and Zia was 14. You met? When you were already an adult?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with people having adult friends. I had a lot of adult friends before
I
turned into
know
an adult
this.
myself.
Mamie is a fucking minor, and I'm friends with her.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I heard it only said no when they confessed their love to me. Good. The previous night. Good. But decided to say yes after I was informed there was no age limit. There is! Strictly on dating in America. There fucking is! Informed,
Well,
not convinced. Saying convinced was a poor choice of wording. Are not
to
things.
be on their side for that, if they were informed by someone else that there was no age limit because they were unsure, I cannot fault that on them because they were made aware that there wasn't an issue with it when there was.
Not convinced, though.
They're just saying they didn't use the word convinced because convinced was a poor choice of wording.
still, it doesn't take
Yeah.
away that CJ is the adult. And, like, she still should
Yeah.
have done research about it. Because
Hell,
the fact
I
that,
do research on things.
like, the fact that he, the fact that he originally rejected it is because something was telling him it was wrong. So after being informed that there was supposedly no age limit, at least to me, I would still have that feeling that something isn't right and would look into it.
Mm.
So I still fault him for it.
Yeah, I did that too. Even when I turned 18, I looked it up
Yeah,
because I was like, "Is it all right to have a 1 year age gap?" And it is indeed all
it
right.
is okay. It
So,
is okay, Nuki.
mhm.
I'm not think Zia is at fault for at all for us dating. They're not, as I was the one who said yes, exactly. Now, Zia had told me that they asked their mom their thoughts on Zia dating me. Zia's mom was in full support of us dating, which is fucked up. And we agreed in a mutual understanding that we were doing is motivated by our love, though it is fucking illegal. Sometime after we started dating, Zia told her mom, dad, grandmother, doctor, and therapists about us, especially stating that they were dating their at the time 20-year-old friend, and all of them fully supported us. They shouldn't have. I asked Twitter, over 110 people said it wasn't okay. I told Zia that if at any time one of the adults in your life feels our relationship is unsafe, then I'll back out. I'd rather Zia be safe than with me. They shouldn't be with you in the first place.
I have a feeling that that might not be the full story from Zia's end. And also, what's the date on that 10/17? When is ZG's birthday? You don't have to tell me outright. Just tell me if it's before January, February,
I
March,
don't
April, May.
remember.
October 17th.
I don't remember. I think it's October 22nd.
Mm.
I need to look it up.
To say I have a feeling, and again, this is just like my personal red flags. I do not know Zia personally, but I have a feeling that they might have left out the fact that ZG was 20 at the time when saying, "Hey, I'm dating someone." They may have said something along the lines of, "I'm dating an online friend," but I have a feeling, especially if they mentioned it to their therapist, and I don't know why you'd mention you're dating someone to your doctor unless you and your doctor are like close pals, but um especially if it's only online, because typically those kinds of questions only matter if you're like actively being sexual with the person you're dating.
October 9th.
Yeah.
His birthday
Is
is on
that
October 9th.
ZG's birthday?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have it here.
Then yeah, I do feel like something was missing from that conversation then, because
yeah. His
trying to be
birthday
good
is
about posting
on.
things, so yeah.
It's on October 9th.
So at the time, even they would have been 21. And so I have a feeling that Zia left something out of the conversation specifying how they told people that, ZG was 20, who would have actually been 21 at the time, assuming this was like within a few days' time from the 17th.
Alright.
Again, I do not know Zia personally. This is just my personal take on it, but from reading it, especially a doctor, I don't know why you'd tell your doctor, unless you're good friends with your doctor, that you're online dating someone. Like hell, I don't tell my doctor that shit. Because it doesn't matter for the fact of my health, my physical health. So
it took a lot for me to even tell my parents I was dating my partner.
I have a feeling that, and again, I do not know Zia personally. I do not know any of these folks personally, but I have a feeling
Except
Zia
for
may have left
me.
out the fact that ZG was 21.
20 at the time they started dating, but yeah.
Yeah, but this is also depending on when Zia told their parents about their
Yeah.
relationship, and most kids will tend to wait about a week to see how things go, just by default.
True. I think I waited for
Anyhow.
like a month.
Yeah. Anyhow.
Sorry, I was scrolling through Twitter. And if at any time one of these adults feels our relationship isn't safe, then I'll back out. I'd rather my friend be safe than with me. This is something I stuck to until the end of our relationship, which is part of why I ended it. Why it ended. Zia and I felt unsafe in the situation. Specifically, Wolfie knew about this. I knew about it like after a month of them dating, and I got guilt tripped into staying shut until I eventually broke. I told my cousin and I told a mutual. Um, and they both unanimously. No, am I using that right? Well, they both agreed. They both agreed that I should break it up with CG, stop being his friend, and if needed, expose him about it. Like a week or two passed after I broke my relationship with my friendship with CG, and I eventually broke. I couldn't keep it in anymore, and I had to tell the others.
Mm.
And was no longer friends with me. Yeah, even though she said she wouldn't expose us, which I trusted, Zia didn't trust her. Nice on Zia, because I ended up exposing it. It is not right. The breakup happened at 10:43 p.m. on February 27th, 2023, the same night Wolfie and I officially went our separate ways. I had left Zia with the invitation that if they ever needed a friend to talk to, I was always open. One day, I sent Zia the following message. I was checking to see if you're still alive. You can just react with an emoji if that's easier. Please don't Please don't hurt yourself. Yeah, I saw the screenshot already. Cause like Zia sent it to the group chat. Now, I don't think a victim should be in constant like communication with the groomer, especially after the grooming happened. I don't think that's right.
Mm.
Mm. Lucia has a long history of self harm, which is even manifested during the week I was writing this response. I'm looking at the lighter. Tell me to stop. I need to not do it. Tell me not to. Oh, I remember when I got in problem with. I remember when I got into problems with the group chat because I started making self harm jokes. Um, I was so scared that they'd commit, especially after they told me several times, even before we started dating, that without me, they would have committed by now. It didn't. If it makes you feel any better, I think you actually made me a better person. And if it wasn't for you, I'd be dead. You are the better person for hanging out with CG. I always want them to know that even though we broke up, I still cared about them as much as I always have. Not healthy in my opinion. Okay. However, on March 4th, I was a little concerned with their not responding or leaving a reaction, even though I told them before the breakup that I still cared about them and wanted to be friends. You shouldn't! You shouldn't be in constant contact with your victim or a groomer! You shouldn't!
Mm.
Also, the fact that Zia said I was doing this for my own gain, if you look at both of the examples I gave, which are really the only two examples I have of me exposing groomers, the first one being of Will, I had already made it clear I didn't expose Will for the shit he's done to me. I exposed Will for the shit he's done to us. If it were for me, I would have just start tagging him in videos just to mess with him a bit and eventually stop, which I did. But no, I did the entire thing for us. And wait, when it came to the thing with Carl and Brick, I was barely involved in the situation. So, like, yeah, in no moment did I do these things for my own personal self gain. I'm not. I'm not that bad. They made it clear during the breakup that they still cared about me, so I had sent them a message. Do you hate me? I fucking hate when people say these things. I don't like it. I don't know why. It seems manipulative to me. It seems guilt trippy to me. I don't like it. Later that day is when Wolfie replaced me in the Funky Friday crew and got me blocked by most of my friends. Nice. It should have stayed like that. So for the big questions, am I a pedophile? Yeah. No, and any claim to the contrary is false. I mean, again, the most appropriate term would be phebophile, but even then, yeah, it's like the answer to the question
It's a
if
gray area. You
CG,
can be a groomer
yeah,
without being a
yeah,
pedophile
yeah,
because those philias are specifically attracted to people of that sexually of that
yeah, yeah.
mature of that certain stage.
Yeah, so like the answer to the question is CG a pedophile? Well, first and foremost, the most appropriate term would be ephebophile, but even then, it is most of a gray area. There's like no definitive answer considering everything. It's just icky. He's like,
Okay,
though
for this, I would personally agree with him saying no because, again, those philias are specifically sexual
sexual
philias
related,
where
yeah,
one is related to that person's body based off of its underdevelopment.
yeah, I know,
And
yeah,
if the sexual jokes were just a part of being in the relationship, then that's not, or were just happen and were not specifically directed because of the person's underdeveloped body, then, that's not pedophilia, that's just making jokes. But if the jokes were specifically targeted directly towards the person's underdevelopment, then yeah, that would be the philia.
yeah. Again, at least to me, like I'm leaning more to the no side, but it's still kind of icky. Yeah, I don't like to like get into that. To if you groom Zia, this is what pisses me off. You did groom Zia. I have a screenshot of you admitting to grooming Zia. I need to find it here. There we go. Okay. This First off, this is what you said. The community posted. Okay, I'm fourth. I'm sorry, Wolfie. I never wanted to hurt anyone. I genuinely just wanted to make Zia happy. Any grooming that happened was a result of my poor decisions and were not my intentions. I was a groomer. I want to fix that about myself. Okay, so in my personal opinion, there is no fixing what you did. Like, you can become a better person, sure, I can give you that. But there's no changing what you did. There's no fixing it. Like, take it. What's a good example? Take, for example, a car, okay? You have a car that's like this, the car is on a path of your actions. When you do something as bad as grooming, then basically the car just got completely demolished. There's no fixing that. You need to buy a new car. You need to have a new start. What you did was horrible, disgusting. We do not like that. There is no defending what you did, and you can't fix what you did because it's already happened. Can you apologize? Sure. Should you continue to speak with the people you hurt? Absolutely not. Should people support you? No.
You can choose to, the victim can choose to forgive and move on and everything. That's their
Yes.
choice entirely. And you can, even go and be like, hey, apologize for what you've done, but the actions you have done, well, technically you can reverse the effects, but you cannot reverse that they have happened. And honestly, at that point, it's just better to move on.
Mm-hmm. And this is what I hate about his response here, because like here he says, "I was a groomer." You are a groomer. Yeah, you are a groomer. You admitted it here. Like you straight up said you were a groomer. No fear whatsoever. But here, did I groom Zia? You didn't say you groomed them directly. You avoided the question and went with another route, saying never intentionally.
Mm-hmm.
If you were willing to say that you were a groomer to Floaty and to me, then say it to the public. And don't be a fucking coward. Throughout my and Zia's interactions, both before and after we started dating, there were many times where I would say things like, "I'm here, you're safe," or "I'm here for you." Normally things said by groomers. These statements were never meant to make them think that I'm the only safe option for them to be with. Still,
Not
Dookie
necessarily
already.
grooming that can be just used as comfort, because again, I say that stuff to my boyfriend when he's having a bad day and I want to talk to him.
Yeah.
I'll be like, hey, I'm here for you, or you're safe,
I do
or
that with my
hey, I'm
friends
here for you
too,
if
but
you
like
need it.
with the context of this.
I mean, it depends on the context of what it's being said for, because I can see those easily as just being, statements of comfort.
Yeah.
Your partner's having a bad time, they have a history of harming themselves. You want to make sure they're okay, and you want them to know that they're an option, that you're an option if they ever need it.
hmm Like, these are things I don't only say to my partner, I say them to my friends as well. I've said these
Mm-hmm.
things countless times to Mamie, for example, when I knew she was going through a horrible time. I've said this to many people. Heck, even Requital's creator, Requital being a very famous EXE, by the way, in Nuki, where I just go to them and say, "Hey, if you need to vent or rant, my DMs are always open. Everything will stay private unless you tell me to publicize it. You're safe here. And there's not going to be any judgment whatsoever. You're free to express yourself." I always make that clear when it comes to people I care about. But, like, again, with the context and the fact that you groomed the fucking child, yeah, it doesn't give the same vibe. At least to me. I said earlier, Zia has been dealing with suicidal thoughts for several years now. Yeah. And those statements were meant to convey the
So,
idea that
so
I know it's.
I may have to go soon. I did promise said boyfriend that we could have a game night tonight as well.
Okay. Okay, you let me know. No matter what, they still have a problem. Yeah, they are suffering, and I just want them to not suffer any. That's fair. It's completely fair. However, there is a non-zero chance that this has led Zia to be more reliant on me, but that was never a goal of mine. Like Danuki said, like groomers don't always have bad intentions in mind, especially when starting the relationship. But things can form as the relationship starts to grow and starts to strengthen without the groomer even noticing it, actually. In grooming, a groomer generally wants the victim to be more reliant on them. Not generally, like, it happens with the victim, but again, the groomer doesn't always want that to happen, or they don't always intend on it to happen. I never tried to do this. I am currently taking efforts to undo what I may have done. There's no one doing what you did. The damage has been done. Best thing is to just start over. Stop interacting with Zia. And I'm gonna tell Zap to kick you out again. No, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna, like, if he decides to kick you out after the stream, that's his decision entirely. So, yeah.
Speaking of, I'm going to hop out now.
Okay.
We'll have a fun time with this,
I won't.
and your pal when they get back from the store. See ya.
Okay, bye-bye.
And good luck with this. If you need more legal advice, just DM me and I'll send over what I know.
Yeah, okay. Bye-bye. Let's continue with the shall we? Napido Dingus is streaming! Oh boy, what is the older brother? He's in the tiny room. I can't join this room because I'm not a fucking moderator! I'm gonna kill myself. Okay, so, I don't think anyone is watching this anymore. Is anyone watching this anymore? Yeah, people are still watching this. Okay, that's awesome. So back to this. Again, there's no one doing what you did, including encouraging their other friendships and crushes. Yeah, you again. Ba 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 ba. If I'm trying to do what he did, why am I still interacting with Zia? In short, because we're still friends who care about each other. You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be friends. And we like hanging out. You shouldn't be friends. If anything, hang out with Jello. She seems to like you. I want to fix myself, but Zia is still my best friend. They shouldn't be. I want us to have a healthier friendship. You shouldn't have a friendship in the first place, but okay. In case anyone's thinking I manipulated Paige, oh my god. I'm advancing this really slowly. Let's try to speed this up. In case anyone's thinking they manipulated Zia into being my friend again, Zia's the one who asked we could still be friends. That doesn't change anything. Won't change anything. You're still accepted. You're still accepted to be their friend again. Okay, see this. Basically, we talked about this latte. Stretch. Okay, let's go. Let's continue on with this. I'm gonna be racism and ableism. I don't know what this word is. Latte. Why did you use the word? No. Argument claims that I've ruined the. Yeah, we already. I think that's because we already spoke about this. Yeah, we already spoke about this entire thing. Okay. Most of this is shit. That doesn't really matter. Well, it does matter. Like, that's not what I mean. What I mean is that, like, most of this is shit. That, like, we've already responded to, so I'm not, like, going over this again. Harassment! Let's go! He's talking about the thing. Mimi, where are you? Okay, let's see. Should we go over the harassment or not? I'm too lazy. Okay, let's see here. Snappic made me to get her to stop tampering with something she was making. Like, she was helping with a project I was doing for CG, something I already posted all the work we had done. The situation was my fault, and as soon as we already went over this with Mamie. And choices are ridiculous, yeah. Okay, so yes, that was somewhat rude, but there's two reasons I did that. Firstly, Wolfie, by her own volition, I don't know this word, but Wolfie is rude and mean to her friends because they know it's all in good fun. That was a joke. Me harassing people is literally a joke. I know. Okay, so yeah. I harass people jokingly. I don't ever mean to harass people intentionally. If I do to anyone, it's either because I'm really heated in the moment, or I just don't even notice it, and I apologize for that to anyone I've harassed and stuff. But yeah, when I harass my friends, I do it not malintentionally. It's all in good fun, and I make sure that they know this. I can also be a very insistent person, and yeah, that's also something I'm trying to fix. But yeah. So he didn't make this known. I will especially use like tone tags when quote unquote harassing people because I want to make sure that it is a joke. And it's to be taken in good fun and lightheartedness. He didn't use a single tone tag in here at all. I thought what I was saying would come across similarly. The idea of we're good friends, so it's okay to be a little bit meaner to each other because we both know we still love each other platonically. So, no. Okay? I'm not saying that, oh, this is something only I can do because I'm special like that. No, 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 no. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it's fine, at least with me, to be rude to me and stuff, but make it clear that you're making a joke. When I harass Geo in live streams, for example, with him, I always laugh, and we always laugh along. Like we both laugh with each other because we know it's all in good fun. Okay, you didn't make this clear at a single point in this. You just yelled at me and decided to. You just yelled at me to change character design choice. That was it. That's not that's not a joke. I wouldn't take it as a joke. If you made it obvious that it was a joke, then yeah, sure, but you didn't. Secondly, I didn't like how Shadow's chest fur looped around his neck like a hood. So I thought it would just be a fluffy hood. I also really liked how the fluff looked on Shadow. You're just contradicting yourself here! You don't like how Shadow's chest fur looped around his neck, but you also really liked how the fluff looked on Shadow? Like, come on! Come on, man! Like, fucking decide yourself. This is, by the way, the closest we're gonna get to a shadow design, to a canon shadow design, because now the fluff does look like this. Now, the thing with the fluff is that as he grew older, the fluff would grow along with him. He's like a millennia older than everyone else in the cast. So we just thought, yeah, it would be a silly little thing for the fluff to grow along with him. So we just did that. Because it looks good and feels nice. And CG yelled at me because he didn't like it. But now he's also saying he did like it? Like, come on. Keep in mind that this was well after I forgot got that me being co-owner of Totally Vicious meant I was second to Wolfie, not her equal. So I thought that my opinion was of equal weight. That's my fault for not making it clear. I didn't make it clear at the start, but every time he asked, I would kind of like avoid the question or straight up lie. I apologize for that. I was honestly scared of how he would react to me saying, yeah, no, you're the second in command here. I would occasionally hint at it because sometimes in the ends I would go like, oh, I'm vicious and you're total. And I would hint this, like, I would say this and hint at it because Totally is Vicious's second in command. Totally is his sidekick. That's how I would occasionally hint to say, hey, you're still second. You're not my equal, at least when it comes to totally vicious. Also never got the impression that Wolfie was annoyed or angered by what I was saying, and if she was, she never told me until the document. I didn't, in a way I did. I never type like this. Unless I'm being serious or upset, I will never type like this, like with multiple ends and just a single word and a period. I will not type like that unless I am mildly upset. Okay, that's something I want everyone to take notice. No one that has harassed Wolfie since March 4th, the day I was kicked out of the Funky Friday crew, did so because of me telling them to. The only thing I did ask was for Seth to tell everyone that his initial announcement of me was false. Oh, by the way, if you know the announcement message I sent 2 days ago, it was all from Wolfie, not mine. Did she hack your account? By the way, did you tell people that it turns out that this was false? This is the thing that he said. CG Gacha, a 21-year-old man, has been dating a 16-year-old child for over a year and has guilt-tripped someone into staying shut for months. That someone is Wolfie, who is now the new member to the group. Now, here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing, Shana. There's only one little part of a misinformation in this thing, and that is the over a year part. I wasn't aware of the time. I knew they had met for over a year. I didn't know how long the relationship did last, so that was just a very rough estimate of mine. So, yeah, they had been dating for a couple months, not a year. Everything else is true. CG is in fact 21 years old and was in fact dating a 16-year-old and has guilt tripped me for months into staying shut. That is completely true. Looking back, the announcement wasn't entirely false. Beyond the guilt tripping part and the time frame. The time frame is the only thing that was false. Everything else was true. Okay? As I had in fact been dating a 16-year-old, but it gives the wrong impression. It absolutely has the wrong impression. Because it doesn't give the wrong impression. It's like the right info. Yeah. While writing this response document, I learned that the gachatuber Sweet Souls, a friend of mine and a member of the Funky Friday crew, had harassed Wolfie about this drama, as well as claimed that Zia had forced me to date them. No. That's not what happened. Anisha said that I forced CG and Zia to date. That was the lie. That was the lie. I never told Nisha to do this. I do not condone her actions. I never knew about these actions until a few days before posting this response document. I also did not claim that Zia manipulated me into a relationship. That's not what happened. Again, Nisha said that I forced you two to be in a relationship, and I've already proved multiple times that I knew about the relationship 1 month after it started. I understand where the impression that I said that can come from, but that's not what I intended to mean at any point. My point is bringing up Zia was the one who showed me that it isn't legal for an adult to simply date a minor, and yeah, again, I already said this. So, the document's next claim is that Wolfie never used the word riot, and it was Wolfie's friend joking about causing drama and Jealous's server. As far as I can tell, this is correct. It is. However, Jello was informed about the joke by Wolfie herself. No, that didn't happen. I don't remember if it was Latte or Floaty. For what I'm thinking, it was Floaty who told Jello. I didn't, who to my knowledge never told Jello that it was a joke. I had already broken contact with Jello when the joke was made. If I had told this to Jello, I wouldn't have said they go to Jello's server. I would say to your server. Okay. All the screenshots are in Spanish, but they're basically saying they want to go to Jello's server to make a rebellion. Okay, the details of this quote-unquote rebellion would be that my single friend that had this idea would change his nickname to Team Wolfie, make my single message and leave. Something he did. That was the entire quote-unquote riot Jello was referring to. Jello and Wolfie have a history of very much disliking each other, that is true. Jello and I were genuinely under the impression that Wolfie was trying to ruin my life. Oh, are you that like, I'm obsessed with Discord. How badly obsessed are you? So I wouldn't consider Jello's reaction to be unreasonable. I should also know that Jello is 14 years old, so I feel her reaction is understandable. She's a baby, a talented baby at that, but she's a baby. Okay, I'll stop. But yeah, I thought Jello was like at least 16. I had no idea she was this young, really. So I can't really fault her for, again, her reaction, like CG says. And yeah. Okay, let's see what else. I didn't. I know that at the end of the document. I know at the end of the document shows that Jello didn't know it was a joke, but I'm still addressing the claim since it's on the document. Yeah, fair enough. No one that has harassed Wolfie since March 4th. Okay, yeah, I already said this part is entirely repeated. This part is entirely repeated. Okay, so back to this. Additional things I want to discuss. Oh, I'm almost done. Finally. Additional things I like to discuss this part at the bottom of the document. Do you condone the harassment to... no, this is... I'm going to assume that this is not from Wolfie, as Wolfie seemed to harass me specifically in the comments of my YouTube channel's community tab. I've already explained this. This isn't harassment. This is me calling out your what word is it? I forgot the word. The contradiction. That's the word. You were contradicting yourself every time, which caused me to eventually snap and start to gel through text. And yeah. Well, I unfortunately don't have a picture of it, as I removed the comment out of anger and a desire to be left alone to think. Wolfie did leave a mocking comment on one of my posts where she denied my depression and yelled at me for wanting to be left alone for a bit. So here's the thing. I remember what post this is about. Like, I remember what comment this is about. CG said that he had become depressed because I ignored him for 2 months. The most I ignored him was for 2 different weekends. The first weekend being because I went on a retreat, and it was the whole deal with him, Mamie, and my covers. That's the first thing. That was the first time I actively ignored him because I was on a retreat, so I didn't really have a phone or any connection to social media. So, and I just decided to take that as a break. And then another weekend where I was sick. I was actively sick and on vacations, and I didn't want to deal with anyone's bullshit. And I was really just talking with a really small group of people, which CG wasn't a part of. So, there was no point in time where I ignored CG for 2 months like he claimed. Also, even if it did happen, that doesn't give someone depression. Depression is an illness. It is a mental illness that a doctor, a professional, needs to diagnose. So you just saying you ignoring me for 2 months is what gave me depression is completely false. That doesn't give someone depression. Okay. This is why I was for the longest time under depression. She just hated me and wanted my life ruined, rather than just wanting someone she thought was a pedophile of the internet. Why? Well, again, no, when I say you are to the thing of you're a pedophile, it's not because they say you're a pedophile, it's because you're a groomer, which is inherently, like, it has the same level of bad. This view has since changed, and I now recognize that Wolfie was just doing what she thought was necessary to protect someone she thought was in danger. Thank you. I'd also like to address the inconsistency of my opinions in my comments and community posts. since Wolfie posted the document, something Wolfie herself brought up in the comments on my channel. Yep, CJ apologizes. Also, CJ says he did nothing wrong. You did do something wrong. Okay. Into last page. There we go. This was due to a combination of my fluctuating opinions of my own actions and the desire to get Wolfie off my back and give me a break to think about everything. I'd not respond well under stress. I don't think I do either. And I was frantically trying to lessen the drama going on while trying to get my thoughts together. My opinions on both my actions and Wolfie's motivations were also constantly changing, which is why I was so inconsistent with my stance on things. I also really needed a break. This all happened during midterms and during some of the busiest and most stressful weeks of my life. My mind was constantly focused on school, so this drama wasn't helping. So my main goal was to lessen the hate going around just long enough so I could make it to spring break, and then and then I deal with the situation afterwards. Okay, so about this, I know about this because CG kind of told me through Floaty, and I had already made a response saying, I'm not going to talk about this publicly for the time being. This happened a couple of weeks ago. I'm not gonna talk about this publicly until he comes back. Because, yeah, fair enough, I'm gonna give you that break. I also kind of need a break myself. So like, I'm just gonna wait because there's really no point in keeping up the heat if there's not a response, I guess. I don't know how to say it, but I guess you can tell what I mean. Okay. Ah. I know I came across as someone who committed an atrocity, you did, and was trying to justify it. You still committed an atrocity, though. But there was very little else I could do with the situation I was in. Links. Yep, and here's the links. The document I'm responding to. This is Latte's document. Wolfie's document video. This is my video saying that there is a document. Hi, everyone. Jealous of slideshow. Oh, this is full of bullshit. I read this. It's full of fucking bullshit. I hate it. Keep in mind, the slideshow was made before Wolfie posted was before the document was even created. CG, by the way. So it's somewhat outdated. I did not ask Jello to make it. She made it because she wanted to. She still shouldn't have. But she made us the kind favor of promoting a totally vicious lore. Yay! So, for those curious, a totally vicious lore is outdated. Mamie and I are rewriting this. And, yeah. To we are rewriting this, so yeah. Can't wait for you guys to see the new lore we have planned. Nothing much changes. We're just like trying to like combine it with actual Sonic lore. And that's it, really. That's the whole thing. So let's answer a couple questions here. Okay. Let me get rid of the table. Let me get rid of the light. Let's ask some things here. Is CG Gacha a pedophile? You can small. How do I do this? Is CG Gotcha a pedophile? Not technically. It's just a no. CG isn't the pedophile. As CG Gotcha a groomer? Yes. Should CG be held accountable? Yes. What else? Is CG Gotcha a pedophile? No. Is he a groomer? Yes. Should CG be held accountable? Yes. Should CG be kicked out? My personal opinion. Yes. Should I go back to replacing CG in the FFC? That depends on SAP's decision. Flat out, no. I don't hate either of them. There's only one person that I hate, and that's the Glitchy Will or Will Romano. This is it. If there's any other questions, I'm free to answer them. But yeah, this is really it. How many what? Wow. Unless you don't have really what. Ah, okay. Got you. Yeah, then this would be it. Is CG Gotcha a pedophile? No. No, he's not. Is CG Gotcha a groomer? Yes, very much. Oh, I forgot one question. There we go. There we go. It's is CG's and CS's relationship illegal? Yes. It is absolutely illegal. There's music playing downstairs. There we go. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. And I'm sending this to the group chat. That'll be it. Actually, I should send this to Zach. Go send it. Oh, I forgot about one last thing. Should CG get harassed? No. We don't condone any type of harassment. So, no. CG should not get harassed. I think that will be it then. That was a fun 3-hour stream. Okay. I'll end this off then. Yeah. Yeah, this is 3 hours. Okay. Bye, everyone. I'm gonna go back to watching Garten of Bam Ben things because it's silly.